the rescue call for the nation, for those who weren't born about 12 years ago. Okay. To this office, to urge you to run for the 2027 presidential election, to save Nigeria from the impending collapse. Though we did not meet you in person, we believe that our message was unreservedly passed on to you, as it was the entire Nigerian people through the media. Since then, Your Excellency, we have had little information as to whether you have yielded to our clarion call, as you have not yet, within our knowledge, picked a nomination form for the presidential contest in any registered political party. Because of our genuine fear of a possible collapse of Nigeria, as peace and unity is now gradually eluding all of us, we decided to march on your office today again, hoping you will step out to receive us and make a statement that will gladden our hearts and the entire nation. We are asking you to hear our cries and contest the 2027 presidential election. The mammoth crowd that came with us here today is a fragment of our supporters nationwide. Your Excellency, we have over 10 million supporters nationwide, members of this coalition. We are 10 million. And then we represent every tribe, every political party, and tongue. We, young, old girls and boys, men and women, are all here crying for your voice to say yes to our request. We are asking you, sir, to kindly make a commitment to run for the 2027 presidential election. Secondly, we want you to immediately pick a nomination form. We pledge to join you in any party of your choice and to relay millions of Nigeria nationwide for you. Your Excellency, this contest for 2027 presidential elections, contest the 2027 presidential elections and give us the opportunity to vote for you once again. We are sure of over 10 million votes coming from this group across the country. God bless you, sir, as you say yes to our heart's request. Long live to President Goodluck Jonathan family, long live Nigeria. I am Dr. Tom Ohikere once more. Where's the lady? No, wait. No. He will talk first. Okay.
Your Excellency, members of the press corps, my name is Amadou Samson Abacha. I'm from Benue, One Nigeria. Apparently, I traversed the country in 2015 with His Excellency. I had a principal that was Dr. Ruben Jaja, yes. And since then, we know that what Nigerians are yearning for is still for you, Your Excellency. There's a local palace that says when a man marries a second wife, he will value the first one. And now Nigerians have seen that indeed you are a man that have the interest of the nation at heart. And so far, sir, we are not scared of whether ruling party or any other party. What Nigerians are ready to vote is to vote against hunger. And they have been able to see clearly that your regime cannot be matched with any so far. It's been over 15 years since you left power, but your record still stands and your record still counts. So we are asking earnestly that, sir, listen to the yearning of these people. They are not borrowed crowds. This is organic support. The love for you from the north, south, west, and east. We ask that, sir, your usual person, pick a form, and we are ready to go on our own without any oiling from any angle to support you and make sure that we make a clear statement that what gives anybody a chance to rule Nigeria is based on your records. Thank you, and God bless Nigeria, the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Yeah. Good morning, Your Excellency. Good morning, the media. Good morning, everybody. From Anambra State. I stand here today as a voice of my generation, young Nigeria, who are still trying to understand what true governance feels like. Your Excellency, many of us in our early 20s has grown up in Nigeria, where basic things like stable electricity, good road, good health quality, and functional education feels like privileges rather than right. But sir, there is one thing we often hear about. When times worked better, when leadership felt more responsive, and when Nigeria had a stronger sense of hope, that was the time during your administration. Sadly, many of us were too young to fully appreciate it. But today, we clearly understand what we are missing. Sir, we, the generation, do not want to inherit struggles and pass it on. We want to experience a good governance for ourselves. We have something better to give to the next generation. That is why we are here today, sir. With humility and a deep respect, I make appeal, sir. We urge you to declare your interest in the 2027 presidential election, sir, because if here, there is a real fear of my generation may never truly experience what kind of leadership and Nigeria truly feels like. Nigeria needs a standard and trusted leadership, sir. Nigeria needs stability. Nigeria needs hope. Sir, we believe you represent hope. We, the young people, we are ready to stand with you. Thank you, Your Excellency. God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. God bless you, sir.
Hand over your paper. Hand over your paper to Mr. President.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, Hey, where are you going now? Where are you going now? Hey, don't come back. Hey, go back. Let me hold it for you. Can we hold it for you? Wait, can we hold it for you?
No, you can sit this way.
So, Nigerians have come in their numbers from different walks of life with a common goal for you to lead that salvation path to those glorious days under your watch as the president of Nigeria. Would you accept this request or not? It's a clear call from Nigerians.
My children, my brothers, and my sisters, first and foremost, let me welcome you to my office in Abuja here, and thank you for showing interest in your country. If you have no interest in the country, you will not bother to be here. So I can say that you are showing signs of being patriotic Nigerians. And I will encourage you to continue to be patriotic in the country. It's only patriotic citizens that build their nations. Unpatriotic citizens will destroy their nation, take the money to anywhere to enjoy their life. So you must be patriotic. And things are very, very clear. The key thing we need in this country is peace. So as young people, because most of you here, more than 80% of you are very young people. I don't even know how old some of you were when I was the president. But the key thing is peace in this country, and you will continue to advocate for that. And you continue to advocate for peaceful and credible elections in the country. Because if we don't have peaceful and credible elections, most good citizens will not want to bother to get involved in politics. And as youth, we will continue to advocate for that. It's very dear to us, peaceful elections. And indeed, you, as young people, must continue to be fully involved in the electoral processes, especially your right to vote. I've observed elections in about 14 or more African countries. Some have been there 2 times. And even Southeast Asia. Nigeria have the lowest turnout of elections in every election cycle. We have the highest voters apathy. And it shows as if people are not even interested in their elections. We have the worst, the least. I've never been to a country that has the low numbers we have, tens of percentage of voters. I think INEC need to do something about it, need to study it, get consultants to look at it, and what is the cause, and do something. As young people, you must be involved in the electoral process. If I ask how many of you have your voters' cards now, probably 50% of you don't even have voters' cards. And you're asking me to go and contest the election. So you must be patriotic, you must participate in the electoral process. Yes, you have asked me to come and contest the next elections. Presidential race is not a computer game. But I've heard you, and I'll consult widely. But the most important thing is in Nigeria that the young people will have hope. In Nigeria that will plan for our grandchildren. These countries, people travel abroad to go and enjoy. These things don't happen overnight. Leaders after leaders plan for the grandchildren and build their country. So every year you see things being added and added until they are in this kind of semi-paradise world they enjoy. The Jagpa syndrome in Nigeria has to stop. The highest level of disdain shown to Nigerian youths abroad has to stop. Even African countries that we help, African countries that even when we are students, parts of our scholarship monies we are contributing to solve problems in those countries, are treating Nigerians as if we are all a bunch of idiots and criminals, because probably we leaders have not been able to build our country, give hope to our young people, and even attract others to come here and work. This is the task that face all Nigerian leaders. These things could be done by any other person, may not necessarily be Jonathan. But I've heard you, I will consult, and probably, of course, the race is getting close.
Your Excellency,
yes.
For many Nigerians within their early 20s and below, it sounds like music to their ears that Nigeria was once the largest economy under your watch. Don't you see the request of these Nigerians to contest for the presidency of 2027 again?
I thank you. I've heard them, just like I said. You must have heard me. I said that contesting presidency is not a computer game. I have heard from the young people. I will consult. I cannot just wake up and say I want to be the president of Nigeria again. But I'm telling you that I will consult. If there's need to, fine, I will. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, Mike.
So, my children, my brothers, my sisters, thank you so much.
God bless. Thank you, Your Excellency. Thank you. Thank you. Look disappointed. Thank you. Thank you.
My children, my brothers, and my sisters, first and foremost, let me welcome you to my office in Abuja here, and thank you for showing interest in your country. If you have no interest in the country, you will not bother to be here. So I can say that you are showing signs of being patriotic Nigerians. And I will encourage you to continue to be patriotic to the country. It's only patriotic citizens that build their nations. Unpatriotic citizens will destroy their nation, take the money to anywhere to enjoy their life. So you must be patriotic. And things are very, very clear. The key thing we need in this country is, as because most of you, more than 80% of you, are very young people. I don't even know how old some of you were when I was the president. But the key thing is peace in this country, and you will continue to advocate for that. And you continue to advocate for peaceful and credible elections in the country. Because if we don't have peaceful and credible elections, most good citizens will not want to bother to get involved in politics. And as youth, will continue to advocate for that. It's very dear to us, peaceful elections. And indeed, you, as young people, must continue to be fully involved in the electoral processes, especially your right to vote. I've observed elections in about 14 or more African countries. Some have been there 2 times. And even Southeast Asia. Nigeria have the lowest turnout of elections in every election cycle. We have the highest voters apathy. And it shows as if people are not even interested in their elections. We have the worst, the least. Never been to a country that has the low numbers, tens of percentage of voters. I think INEC need to do something about it, need to study it, get consultants to look at it, and what is the cause, and do something. As young people, you must be involved in the electoral process. If I ask how many of you have your voters' cards now, probably 50% of you don't even have voters' cards. And you're asking me to go and contest the election. So you must be patriotic. You must participate in the electoral process.
Groove things.
Yes, you have asked me to come and contest the next elections.
I go come in person 2 weeks to election.
But I've heard you, and I will consult widely. But the most important thing is in Nigeria that the young people in Nigeria that will plan for grandchildren. These countries, people travel abroad to go and enjoy. These things don't happen overnight. Leaders after leaders plan for the grandchildren and build their country. So every year you see things being added and added until they are in this kind of semi-paradise world they enjoy. The Jagpa syndrome in Nigeria has to stop. The highest level of disdain shown to Nigerian youths abroad has to stop. Even African countries that we help, African countries that even when we are students, parts of our scholarship monies we are contributing to solve problems in those countries, are treating Nigerians as if we are all a bunch of idiots and criminals, because probably we leaders have not been able to build our country, give hope to our young people, and even attract others to come here and work. This is the task that face all Nigerian leaders. These things could be done by any other person, may not necessarily be Jonathan. But I've heard you, I will consult, and probably
politics, presidential election, computer game.
Yes.
For many Nigerians within their early 20s and below, It sounds like music to their ears that Nigeria was once the largest economy under your watch. Don't you feel the weight on your shoulder to accede the request of these Nigerians to contest for the presidency of 2027 again?
Thank you. I've heard them, just like I said. You must have heard me. I said that contesting presidency is not a computer game.
It's not a computer's game.
I will
All these
consult.
are distractions.
I cannot just wake up and say I want to be the president of Nigeria again. But
It's not distraction.
Consult. If there's need to, fine. I will.
This is a message direct to the obedient.
Yeah, Mike.
It is a direct message to the obedient.
So, my children,
you don't just wake up.
my brothers, my sisters, thank you so much.
God bless. Thank you, Your Excellency. Thank you. Thank you. Look disappointed. Thank you. Look disappointed.
The computer remark is a signal to the obedience and Kokosia movement that why digital mobilization is powerful, the actual state of power require what?
Now, as you may know, in a major shake-up ahead of the 2027 elections, former Labour Party presidential candidate Peter Obi officially dumped the ADC for the NDC, citing what he called toxic internal crisis and court battles that mirror his experience in Labour. Mr. Obi's exit, announced on Sunday, came alongside former Kano Governor Rabiu Kwankwaso. With 48 hours, 17 House of Reps members from Anambra, Lagos, Edo, Rivers, Kano, and Kogi states followed them into the NDC, handing the new party its biggest legislative gain yet. The defectors blamed unresolved instability within the ADC from ward to national level. But not everyone in Obi's 2023 camp is making the switch. Honorable Obi Agwocha, a prominent ally of Peter Obi and a Labour Party House member, has so far remained with the Labour Party, signalling that the obedient bloc itself may now be split. He says it's unshaken, calling the defectors idol worshippers who follow personalities rather than principles. So how much has the move fractured the opposition's push for a single consensus candidate? As some analysts suggest, leave Abuba increasingly isolated in the ADC, while Mr. Obi and Mr. Kwankwaso rebrand under the NDC banner. Well, for more on this, I'm joined now in the studio by Honorable Obi Agwocha, the lawmaker representing Ikwana Umuahia North and Umuahia South constituency in the House of Representatives under the Labour Party. And the astonishing thing is that he remains in the Labour Party.
Charles, 3 years ago, I told you that I will remain Labour for life. Still Labour for life.
Well, you've still got a long life to live, so let's not get ahead of ourselves. But good to see you.
Good to see you,
It's been a minute, as they say.
Good to see
But
you.
let's start with the obvious. You are a close ally of Peter Obi, yet you've chosen to remain in the Labour Party while he moves to the NDC. Why? Does your decision signal a disagreement with him or a strategic divergence within the same political movement?
Well, first of all, I wish His Excellency Peter Obi well in his new endeavor into the, I think it's Nigerian Democratic Congress that is there now. I wish him well, and I pray, just like every other Nigerian, that God will bless his aspirations. However, as they say, all politics is local. We in Abia and many other places have decided to stay with Labour Party. It's a party that gave us the platform that all of us became whatever we are today. And just like I said, I keep reminding you, I'm Labour for life. We're not shifting ground. We are there, as they say in Abia, when Labour, Nadia will die.
Right, but well, I wouldn't go that far. But on a purely practical, pragmatic, realpolitik level, I mean, your governor, Alex Oti, is still in the Labour Party. How much does that influence your decision to stay in the party?
Well, just like I said, we're in Labour Party, and that's where we are going to run our elections in 2027. Right. We're not shifting ground. We wish everybody else who have decided for one thing or the other to have left Labour Party for different political parties. The best we can do is also to continue to wish them well. Now, the Labour Party that we found in 2023 is different from the Labour Party that we're going to go into the 2027 election. In 2023, we had situations where it took a coalition which included His Excellency Peter Obi, Dr. Alex Oti, myself, and many others, all across the country, to see the Labour Party achieved immeasurable feat in the last election. But so far as Abia is concerned today, those dynamics that worked in 2023 may not work again in 2027, because Alex Oti himself has also become a brand. For the first time, Abians are seeing demonstrable good governance, exceptional governance, being put, transparency, accountability in the policies and procedures that he's been able to put in place. So for the first time, Abians have something they can relate with, they can see.
Something other than P2B.
Something other than P2B.
Right.
Something also other than the previous governments that we've had in Abia State. So in their own minds today, it is important for them that they will continue to hope that Dr. Alex Oti will continue to be the governor of Abia State, including some of us who have been elected alongside with him to bring demonstrable changes in Abia State. So, like we said, politics is local. Labour Party works for us well in Abia State, regardless of the circumstances and frenzy that are happening at the national stage. But in Abia State, Labour Party is the party is the party in governance, and is also the party to beat.
That's a reasonable point that you make. But on the national level, I mean, does it even look like the Labour Party is going to field a presidential candidate?
Well, I don't know. I don't know for now, because in the next few days, Labour Party will release the purchase of forms. So until, when people begin to show up to obtain the forms for various positions, then we will know whether we're going to have a presidential candidate or not.
Right.
Our primaries are still a bit 2-3 weeks far away. So when that time comes, I think it will be manifest who are those interested in running for president or not.
Right. Now, Nigerians appear to be watching something of a pattern. I mean, Obi leaves Labour, Obi joins the ADC, and now Obi moves again to the NDC. I mean, given that you were, and to some extent still are, his ally, are you able to defend that politically, or you don't really care?
No, I mean, I do care that the dynamics of politics in Nigeria is, a lot of people are talking about politics now, rightfully so. The dynamics are changing. Well, I would have wished that when they all went into ADC as a political family, that they would have found the common space to accommodate each other. But unfortunately, that didn't happen. And moving about to different political platforms now, I think Atiku is in ADC, Obi is in NDC, and many others may be moving around as a joint body of opposition. I think, there will be more, I believe, more disadvantage now than staying together.
Right, because even the Labour Party, I suppose at one point, was talking about being part of that group of opposition that comes together as one.
We were not invited to that. We were busy
sorting out your own problems.
Doing our national congress in Umuahia. So we were not part of that think so. I think
driven by that sense of realpolitik.
I think we've passed that.
Right.
The Obedience have moved on, and the Kwankwaseas have moved on with Obi and Kwankwaso.
Right.
And those still remaining with Atiku are comfortable where they are. So it goes to that issue again about 2023 deja vu all over again.
Right.
So what the outcome of that deja vu will be is what I can sit here to tell you.
Now, the ADC, which some would argue is the victim of this because of the departure of, two pretty big heavyweights, ADC says it's unshaken and accuses defectors of idol worship following.
You talking about the ADC or APC?
No, the ADC. Okay. They say they're unshaken and they accuse defectors of idol worship that they're following personalities rather than principles.
Yeah, but they didn't say that when those idols joined the ADC. They should have said so.
Well,
but they too, the ADC should not also underestimate the resolve of those who have left with His Excellency Peter Obi and His Excellency.
Yeah, but is it fair? I mean, are they to some extent just wearing your objective hat? Are they? Is it fair of them to say that? Given, I mean, is there a point that Nigerian opposition politics has become too personality driven and not enough ideology driven?
Well, I was going to say that. See, it may be good for democracy that people are moving not just the personality of the leadership of, say now, NDC or ADC or APC. So the democracy in Nigeria needs to move away from personalities and now begin to talk about the ideology of the political parties. Unfortunately, most political parties don't have any ideology. So we continue to fester.
Does the Labour Party have an ideology?
Yes, we do. We believe in social justice, equality.
Or you have a vision?
Fairness. And we have a vision.
You have a vision,
we have a vision that is better
than
ideology. We have a vision that stems from ideology, which says, equal justice for all, which says as well that our concern is the working man and woman in Nigeria who go to bed hungry every single night. We have an ideology that believes that the country should be doing better than what it's doing in areas of insecurity, in the defenders of our economy.
You have a point of view that says
no, we don't have a point of view.
I mean, that's not necessarily a vision.
It's an ideology that we believe in.
Right.
It is an ideology that I was not willing to vacate. I mean, I know what a whole lot of people went through to move away from Labour Party, move away from their respective political parties, PDP and otherwise minded, to go to APC. But most of us were not moved. We believed in that social justice that brought us and gave us that opportunity under Labour Party to be what we are today. And we'll keep moving, and we'll keep moving till one day the last dog dies.
Well, let's continue to tap into your analytical abilities about what is going on in sort of the political space in Nigeria. Some analysts say this move by Peter Obi and Rabiu Kwankwaso leaves Atiku Abubakar increasingly isolated.
And I think that is the right attitude to have. And I believe this Labour Party will be very successful. It's here to stay. The question for the NDC people is that after 2027, if Obino succeed, what happened to the party? Okay. And I think Oti is a role model, is a good example. And for him to assure all these legislative members, I mean, that's a good thing. So whether we like it or not now, Labour Party is now headquartered in Abia. Now so, and who knows, maybe by 2027, they will get another state to it. They will add another one. Why the the obedient moving from one hut to another.
Within the ADC. Do you agree? Does that shift the balance of power in the opposition towards Obi and Kwankwaso or not?
I really don't. I don't see it from that perspective. Atiku Abubakar had close to about 7.5 million votes in the last election, so he still has a large followership. Peter Obi had 6 point something. I mean, the votes that INEC told us they all had. Peter Obi has about 6 point something million votes. Rabiu Kwankwaso had about 1 million votes. So if he had added all these votes together, these men had close to about 14 million votes, as compared to 8 point something million votes that His Excellency Mr. President had. So that was why I was saying, if they have found a way to stay together, and come together as an opposition group, maybe 2027, the dynamics of 2027 will be different. However, we can't underestimate 7.5 million that His Excellency Atiku had. There are a lot of things that were not part of 2023 that are new parts. Like I said, when you look at the conditions of, if you ask yourself the basic question, are we better off today as Nigerians in 2027 as we were in 2023? Most people will be in the negative of that.
Right.
But going forward, my whole thing is that me being in Labour Party, I have no dog in this fight for now, is that the opposition having shifted ground.
They have no dog in the fight.
Is to their disadvantage, in my view. But however, the president, the APC, should not underestimate the groundswell of opposition. The dynamics of the election will change.
And if the other way around, Atiku supported Obi, I mean, you see what I mean?
No,
it would also have that kind of
course,
dramatic
on both
impact.
sides.
So which one of those alignments would you have said would be best for 2027?
Like I said to you, for me, all politics is local. And my interest as at now is the politics of
I'm asking you to do because you're very good at analysis. So I'm asking you to do your analysis. Who do you reckon? What combination do you think would work within the? I mean, you're an opposition member, so you're perfectly entitled to.
I'm in opposition that has not joined the
analysis.
coalition. We're in opposition that has not joined the coalition. After all, even in the National Assembly, I'm a member of the opposition.
Yeah, but
I'm a member of the minority party.
Well, I mean, it's not the end of the road.
It's not the end of the road for us.
So the Labour Party might still join some kind of alliance going forward.
Well, until we know and demonstrate in our primaries who is going to be our presidential candidate, then we can know whether we're going to join whatever is happening at the national stage. But I know who's going to be my gubernatorial candidate. Dr. Alex Oti, who has demonstrated good governance in Abia State, exceptional governance.
Yeah, but I wasn't talking about the governorship.
No, but I'm telling you, I'm just pointing out to you what happened. And if we decide to have a presidential candidate tomorrow, our leader, Dr. Alex Oti, will be the one who will call us and say, this is the direction that we're going to go. So whether we're going to go to stay with the coalition of oppositions or to do otherwise or to stay out of it completely and focus on Abia State, then that's what we'll have to do.
Somewhere in the back of your mind, are you concerned that all this fragmentation ultimately benefits the incumbent?
I just said that before, that they're coming apart. One have to say it may give undue advantage to the incumbent rather than when they come together. You know, I said I wish for them to have come together, make sacrifices for each other. There are no one person who's more qualified than anyone in that coalition. So I would have thought for the interest and betterment of Nigeria, since we're saying things are not well, that things can improve in Nigeria, then they should have sat down together and to say, okay, I will sacrifice for you to go and do this. This is a plan that we all can take and then find out who's going to get what in the coming administration. But since they are not able to do that, you know, one can see where the incumbent president may have an advantage over them because of the fragmentation. But at the same time, I keep warning that they shouldn't think that it's Uhuru all over, you know, that everything is kumbaya for them, because the groundswell of opposition now is far greater than the groundswell of opposition that happened in 2023.
You were, of course, in 2023. I mean, although you remained consistently in the Labour Party, but in 2023, in addition to being in the Labour Party, you were something of an obedient. So you can still give a sense of your.
We supported the top ticket of our party.
Yeah, no, I understand that. But the question I want to ask you is, looking at it today, where is the real political home of the obedient movement? Obviously, it's no longer in the Labour Party. Is it now with the NDC? It's left the ADC or something else entirely?
No. The obedient movement is a movement tied solely to the idea and the ideals of His Excellency P2B. Simple. So if P2B has found a home somewhere, I'm sure they will also find a home somewhere. After all, there was a time they were at home with Labour Party until His Excellency decided to move to
but ADC. I'm wondering whether the movement from one party to the other might prove to be a turn-off for some members, for some obedience.
There's no politician.
So it doesn't really matter.
One political party to another.
Yeah, but that does,
especially at that highest level.
Yeah, but that does not necessarily answer the need that obedience seem to have for good governance. I mean, the fact that people jump from one party to the other is not necessarily a good thing, is it?
No, it's good for democracy. Like I just told you now, it's good for democracy. The vibrancy that we're feeling, even what is happening in the current PDP, the vibrancy, it should strengthen them. A lot of people are formidable that at least can challenge the ruling party.
Yeah, but the reason I ask you that is because you said that all of them together, obviously, I mean, are a more formidable force. If they were to stay together, what would be your prescription for who should come out amongst the lot of them to actually challenge? Because if, for example, Atiku came out and Peter Obi supported him, along with his 6-point-something million.
The dynamics of the election will change.
And if the other way around, Atiku supported Obi, I mean, you see what I mean? It would also have that kind of dramatic
on both
impact.
sides.
So which one of those alignments would you have said would be best for 2027?
Like I said to you, for me, all politics is local. And my interest as at now is the politics of
I'm asking you to do because you're very good at analysis. So I'm asking you to do your analysis. Who do you reckon? What combination do you think would work within the? I mean, you're an opposition member, so you're perfectly entitled to.
I'm in opposition that has not joined the coalition. We're in opposition that has not joined the coalition. After all, even in the National Assembly, I'm a member of the opposition.
Yeah, but
I'm a member of the minority party.
Well, I mean, it's not the end of the road.
It's not the end of the road for us.
So the Labour Party might still join some kind of alliance going forward.
Well, until we know and demonstrate in our primaries who is going to be our presidential candidate, then we can know whether we're going to join whatever is happening at the national stage. But I know who's going to be my gubernatorial candidate. Dr. Alex Oti, who has demonstrated good governance in Abia State, exceptional governance.
Yeah, but I wasn't
in Abia
talking
State.
about the governorship.
No, but I'm telling you, I'm just giving you. I'm just
in 2023, I mean, although you remain consistently in the Labour Party, but in 2023, in addition to being in the Labour Party, you were something of an obedient. So you can still give us a looking at the strategy then, does this Obi Kwankwaso realignment strengthen the opposition's chances in 2027?
He should strengthen them. A lot of people are looking for a formidable force that at least can challenge the ruling party.
Yeah, but the reason I ask you that is because you said that all of them together, obviously, I mean, are a more formidable force. If they were to stay together, what would be your prescription for who should come out amongst the lot of them to actually challenge? Because if, for example, Atiku came out and Peter Obi supported him along with his 6-point-something
the dynamics of the election would change.
And if the other way around, Atiku supported Obi, I mean, you see what I mean?
No,
it would also have that kind of
course,
dramatic
on both
impact.
sides.
So which one of those alignments would you have said would be best for 2027?
Like I said to you, for me, all politics is local. And my interest as at now is the politics of
I'm asking you to do because you're very good at analysis. So I'm asking you to do your analysis. Who do you reckon? What combination do you think would work within the? I mean, you're an opposition member, so you're perfectly entitled to.
I'm in opposition that has not joined the
analysis.
coalition. We're in opposition that has not joined the coalition. After all, even in the National Assembly, I'm a member of the opposition.
Yeah, but
I'm a member of the minority party.
Well, I mean, it's not the end of the road.
It's
yet.
not the end of the road for us.
So the Labour Party might still join some kind of alliance going forward.
Well, until we know and demonstrate in our primaries who is going to be our presidential candidate, then we can know whether we're going to join whatever is happening at the national stage. But I know who's going to be my gubernatorial candidate. Dr. Alex Oti, who has demonstrated good governance in Abia State, exceptional governance.
Yeah, but I wasn't talking about the governorship.
No, but I'm telling you, I'm just pointing out to you what happened. And if we decide to have a presidential candidate tomorrow, our leader, Dr. Alex Oti, will be the one who will call us and say, this is the direction that we're going to go. So whatever we're going to go to stay with the coalition of oppositions or to do otherwise or to stay out of it completely and focus on Abia State, then that's what we'll have to do.
Somewhere in the back of your mind, are you concerned that all this fragmentation ultimately benefits the incumbent?
I just said that before, that they're coming apart. one have to say it may give undue advantage to the incumbent, rather than when they come together. You know, I said I wish for them to have come together, make sacrifices for each other. There are no one person who is more qualified than anyone in that coalition. So I would have thought for the interest and betterment of Nigeria, since we're saying things are not well, that things can improve in Nigeria, then they should have sat down together and to say, okay, I will sacrifice for you to go and do this. This is a plan that we all can take, and then find out who's going to get what in the coming administration. But since they are not able to do that, you know, one can see where the incumbent president may have an advantage over them because of the fragmentation. But at the same time, I keep warning that they shouldn't think that it's Uhuru all over, you know, that everything is kumbaya for them, because the groundswell of opposition now is far greater than the groundswell of opposition that happened in 2023.
You were, of course, in 2023. I mean, although you remained consistently in the Labour Party, but in 2023, in addition to being in the Labour Party, you were something of an obedient. So you can still give a sense of your.
We supported the top ticket of our party.
Yeah, no, I understand that. But what the question I want to ask you is, looking at it today, where is the real political home of the obedient movement? Obviously, it's no longer in the Labour Party. Is it now with the NDC? It's left the ADC, or something else entirely?
No. The obedient movement is a movement tied solely to the idea and the ideals of His Excellency P2B. Simple. So if P2B has found a home somewhere, I'm sure they will also find a home somewhere. After all, there was a time they were at home with Labour Party until His Excellency decided to move to.
Yeah, but I'm wondering whether the movement from one party to the other might prove to be a turn-off for some members, for some obedience.
There's no politician.
So it doesn't really matter what he does.
There's no politician in Nigeria that has not moved from one political party to another.
Yeah, but that does,
especially at that highest level.
Yeah, but that does not necessarily answer the need that obedience seem to have for good governance. I mean, the fact that people jump from one party to the other is not necessarily a good thing, is it?
No, it's good for democracy. Like I just told you now, it's good for democracy. The vibrancy that we're feeling, even what is happening in the current PDP, the vibrancy there is good for all participants in the political space. So I cannot say that it's not good. But what I want people to learn and to understand is that I would have hoped that they would have learned something from 2023 experience that would have helped to guide and shape, mold the direction that 2027 would have happened. But if we are going back again to fall back to the issues that happened in 2023, for me, it's deja vu all over again.
What about the Labour Party? Can it hope to replicate the momentum it garnered in 2023?
Why not? Why not? I mean, we have a performing governor.
Yeah, but that's just that's in Abia State.
No. But now there are a lot of governors or intending aspirants all over the country who want to be like Alex Otti. Alex Otti is the brand. Alex Otti is the model that people are now using as a yardstick for good governance, for accountability, and for things to work. Abia State is working. Unlike 24 years that we wasted of hopelessness and insufficient opportunities, not just for the state, but for the citizens. Now, the citizens of Abia State are seeing that it is doable to have somebody come in and use the resources of state to uplift the well-being and welfare of the people. So these people in Abia State haven't seen the wonderful and exceptional things that Alex Otti are doing within this space, accommodating all of us that are within Alex Otti's space. I'm sure, their decision to re-elect us is very plausible and will come to pass.
Okay.
And we will do it still. I'll come back here again to tell you, Labour for life.
Well, I wish you all the very best. And good to see you.
Good to see you again.
Honorable Obiagwocha.
And I think that is the best way to do it. I think Labour is here to stay. It's not going back. And I think the best thing that could happen to them is Otti decided to stay. And he's a good role model to market the party. He's a good person to market the idea of Labour Party. So if they could work hard and get one state journal. I mean, that's not about it. Other than junketing from one platform to another, just it's unfortunate. So we will listen to serious people that are here to win people who wants to win a presidency. VP Shetima submit President Tinubu expression of interest nomination for my. These are serious people, man. All those people are still junketing from one. That's how you know a serious party. On your mandates, on your mandates, on your mandates, we shall stand. On your mandate, we shall stand. On your mandate, we shall stand. On his mandate, on his mandate, we shall stand. Uzodima is making a move as the next minister. Here is all, man. So serious people, no be yeah, politician. These are people who want to who are in power and want to remain in power. Young faces. Only this man I don't go hold small. They are still young. Speaking after the submission of the Fund Shetima assured Nigeria of better days ahead, promising Tinubu administration will consolidate the gains and achievements so far. Now the people who mean business with this, huh? These are business people, not. Let's go through the headlines. Governor Rada exposes more routine. Jonathan, I have heard you. That one, I don't know. I don't know why. It's for Jonathan to appear in court over suit seeking to stop what the fuck? Court to hear suit seeking to disqualify Goodluck Jonathan from they worry all these people said. 50% of you don't have they don't have PVC. Goodluck Jonathan replies you begging him to contest. PRP aspirant Kingsley pick form. Kingsley. I don't know Yahoo people. Yahoo people. Your rep Olajuwon resigned from PDP. Why Peter Obi won't go run away from PDP? Hey, Rufai son dump APC join AP. So it means that Rufai is there with that. Rufai is in ADC. We now have two presidents in Nigeria. Wike is Nollywood hungry people. Bandit is about 20 million. These are the stuff that we should be talking about this election. Crocodile tears. Nigerian attack Borno lawmaker shedding tears, begging for 15. 15, who be that? Why you going to cry now? You want contest. If you win, fine. If you don't win, get the fuck off. It's not your birthright. It's not his birthright. A birthright. A birthright. A birthright. His birthright. What will be this? Shouldn't be obedience and sacking people. Who then they sack? I can see the ugly people.
Senate reverses standing orders amendment on leadership election. Youth stage rally at Jonathan's home. Ask ex-president to contest 2027 poll.
Miss Road.
Court convicts ex-power minister Merman of 33.8 billion naira fraud. Another foreign saying African countries warn citizens of xenophobic attacks in South Africa. Good evening. This is News Update on Trust TV. I am Chiamaka Nwafo. Thank you for joining us. Now, the Nigerian Senate has reversed the recent amendment to its standing orders, reopening the contest for leadership positions in the 11th National Assembly. The earlier amendment had restricted eligibility for principal officers to ranking senators who had completed at least 2 terms, effectively blocking some lawmakers from contesting key positions. The reversal followed a motion sponsored by Senate leader Opeyemi Bamidele and adopted under the supervision of Deputy Senate President Jibrin Baro. The development comes shortly after a heated exchange between Senate President Godswill Akpabio and Senator Adams Oshiomhole over the interpretation of the amendment rules during plenary. With the reversal, more senators are now eligible to contest for principal officers in the Senate.
That the Senate possesses the inherent parliamentary authority to revisit, rescind, and recommit any matter previously decided upon in order to preserve the integrity of its proceedings and legislative framework. Mr. President, distinguished colleagues, Senate accordingly resolves to rescind its earlier decisions relating to the amendments made to Order 2, Subsection 2, and Order 3, Subsection 1 of the Senate Standing Orders 2026. Mr. President, I so move.
Now, former President Goodluck Jonathan said that contesting for Nigeria's presidency is not a computer game, as he reacted to calls by youth groups urging him to join the 2027 presidential race. Jonathan made the remark on Thursday while receiving youth representatives who visited him in Abuja to encourage his return to active politics. The former president said leadership decisions require careful consideration, adding that he would continue consultations before making any political decision ahead of 2027. He commended the youths for their patriotism and urged young Nigerians to promote peaceful and credible elections across the country.
I've observed elections in about 14 or more African countries. Some have been there 2 times. And even Southeast Asia. Nigeria have the lowest turnout of elections in every election cycle. We have the highest voters apathy. And it shows as if people are not even interested in their elections. We have the worst, the least. I've never been to a country that has the low numbers we have, tens of percentage of voters. I think INEC need to do something about it, need to study it, get consultants to look at it, and what is the cause, and do something. As young people, you must be involved in the electoral process. If I ask how many of you have your voters' cards now, probably 50% of you don't even have voters' cards, and you're asking me to go and contest the election. So you must be patriotic, you must participate in the electoral process. Yes, you have asked me to come and contest the next elections. Presidential race is not a computer game. But I've heard you, and I'll consult widely. But the most important thing is in Nigeria that the young people will have hope. In Nigeria that will plan for our grandchildren. These countries, people travel abroad to go and enjoy. This didn't happen overnight. After leaders plan for the grandchildren and build their country.
Still in politics, the Obedient Movement says it has expelled former Labour Party presidential candidate Peter Obi and his ally, Unisa Tanko, as part of a major restructuring ahead of the 2027 elections. As a press briefing in Abuja, Barry Johnson, the newly appointed international coordinator of the rebranded #Obedient Movement, officially announced the dissolution of the previous leadership that emerged after the 2023 elections. Now, Johnson emphasized that the rebranding was necessary to return the movement to its original purpose, stating the original vision and founding ideas of the Obedient Movement were no longer being adequately represented by the leadership after 2023. The movement also announced its decision to cut ties with the Labour Party.
The movement formally withdraws recognition and membership status from the following individuals. Meaning that they are all expelled and remain expelled from the movement as leaders and members respectively. And number one on the list is the former Labour Party presidential candidate, Mr. Peter Obi, and Alhaji Unisa Tanko, who is holding sway right now.
The All Progressives Congress has waived the screening requirement for President Bola Tinubu ahead of the party's 2027 presidential primaries. The decision was reached during the National Working Committee meeting held at the APC National Secretariat in Abuja. In a statement issued by the party's National Publicity Secretary, Felix Morka, the APC said President Tinubu was deemed duly screened in line with the party's constitution and internal procedures. The party explained that the waiver was granted based on the president's status as the incumbent leader of the party and his previous screening ahead of the 2022 primaries. The APC also cited endorsements from governors, National Assembly members, and other party stakeholders as part of the justification for the decision. The party's screening exercise for other aspirants is scheduled to begin on May 8. The Federal High Court in Abuja has convicted former Minister of Power, Sally Mohammed, on a 12-count charge bordering on fraud and money laundering filed by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC. Justice James Omotosho held that the prosecution successfully proved its case beyond reasonable doubt, finding the former minister guilty of illegally diverting about 33.8 billion naira in public funds. The court also found Merman guilty of making a cash payment of over $655,000 for property in Abuja without using a financial institution. According to the judgment, funds meant for the Mambila and Zungeru hydroelectric power projects were diverted through Bureau de Change operators. The court deferred sentencing until May 13 and granted the EFCC's request for a warrant of arrest after the defendant failed to appear for judgment. Security matters: at least 3 herders have been killed and 5 others injured in separate attacks in communities of Barakin-Ladi local government area of Plateau State. The incidents reportedly occurred in Jong, a near Kuwait community in the Rob district, where gunmen invaded and opened fire on residents. Witnesses say the communities were attacked twice within a few hours, forcing residents to flee as security operatives from Operation Enduring Peace initially responded but later withdrew, allowing the attackers to return. Residents recount that the gunmen struck again during preparations to bury earlier victims, killing 2 more people and injuring others, while the community was subsequently deserted. In a separate development, the Meiti Allah Cattle Breeders Association confirmed another attack near Kuwait community where 1 herder was killed and several cattle were rustled and shot. The latest violence comes amid a series of recent attacks across Plateau communities as security agencies intensify deployments to restore calm in the affected areas. Six students of Nasarawa State University have been abducted by gunmen in Gudi, a Kwanga local government area of Nasarawa State. The incident occurred on Wednesday night when armed men invaded an off-campus hostel at Anguaninzo, taking away the students and another occupant of the lodge. Police authorities say the victims are students of the Faculty of Engineering at the Gudi campus of the university. The Nasarawa State Police Command says a coordinated rescue operation has been launched involving the police, military, DSS, NSCDC, and vigilante groups. The Commissioner of Police has visited the scene and assured that efforts are ongoing to rescue the victims safely and apprehend the attackers. Nigeria has lifted a total of 6,012 pilgrims to Saudi Arabia and 14 flights as the 2026 Hajj operations gather momentum. This according to the data from the National Hajj Commission of Nigeria, NARCON, Command and Control Center. The exercise, which began on May 3rd, is part of Nigeria's overall allocation of 50,000 Hajj slots approved by the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia for this year's pilgrimage. The early phase of the airlift has recorded steady progress with multiple departures from different states, conveying pilgrims mainly to Medina and Jeddah. With these latest movements, the total number of pilgrims airlifted rose to 6,012 across 14 flights. The data highlights the involvement of multiple airlines, including Flying as, UMSA, Marks Air, and Airpeace, reflecting the scale of coordination required for the operation.
O'Neal, who's a great comedian. He and I used to.
You're still on to news updates on Trust TV when we return from the break. We take a look at families mourn as suspected political thugs kill 3 in Kano. Stay with us. The news continues. Welcome back. Thank you for staying with us. Now a recap of our top stories. We told you that the Senate has reversed standing orders amendment on leadership elections. We also told you that youth stage rally at Jonathan's home asked ex-president to contest 2027 poll. 2 more stories. In Kano, a series of violent incidents allegedly involving suspected armed political thugs has raised deep concern. Residents are calling for decisive action to safeguard lives, protect livelihoods, and preserve the integrity of democracy. Many insist that a clear and enforceable ban on carrying and displaying weapons at political rallies is now essential. Abdulaziz Ibrahim reports.
In Dandago area of Kano, families are mourning the deaths of 23-year-old Al-Bashir Tukur and 38-year-old Noura Ribado. They were among 3 people reportedly killed on Tuesday in attacks involving suspected political thugs. Al-Bashir was like a son to me. He went to the market as usual, then joined friends at a campaign rally. Hours later, I was told that he had been attacked. Even at the hospital, they pursued him. He was only 23 years old, unmarried, and a decent boy. We are devastated. The government must act, and God is watching.
I am Noura's grandmother. He was very helpful and took care of me. All I can do is pray for him.
The Kano State Police Command says no formal report of the killings was filed. According to the Public Relations Officer CSP Abdullahi Kiyawa, officers only mobilized after videos of the violence surfaced online. Residents say political gatherings often descend into violence when supporters operate without restraint. While politicians in Kano deny links to the attacks, concerns persist that thuggery remains at the center of the crisis. A community leader, Alhaji Noura Ubale, says solutions must be rooted within society itself.
Mu ba mu daga cikin mu ce muna goyon bayan wani ko muna goyon bayan wani a'a dukkan mu namu ne.
We community leaders do not belong to any one party. All parties are ours. But moving with political thugs, many on drugs, is destroying our future. If we allow them to continue this way, what will become of the next generation? We know these young people in our communities. That is why we must work with their parents and government to reform them. If you then can face the consequences of the veteran crime reporter Comrade Abbas Ibrahim also says tackling thuggery requires both political will and community engagement.
What's supposed to be done first is for the politicians to embrace peace, to sign an agreement so as to ensure that peace reigns supreme in their campaigning activities. The governor or the government of Kano State should outrightly ban the brandishing or use of weapons during political rallies, going by the fact that we have existing laws that prohibits brandishing or unlawful possession of weapons. The law enforcement agents should also ensure that those caught in perpetration of thuggery should be prosecuted accordingly.
The violence has left families grieving, traders shaking, and citizens demanding accountability. For many, the message remains clear. An enforceable ban on weapons at political rallies is essential. Without decisive action, they warn democracy itself could be at risk. Abdulaziz Ibrahim, Trust TV News, Kano.
Over in Bauchi State, Governor Bala Mohammed has urged village heads across the state to intensify vigilance in their communities and expose informants allegedly aiding in security. He gave the charge at a stakeholders meeting held at the Government House Banquet Hall in Bauchi, attended by traditional rulers, local government officials and community leaders. The governor said insecurity in some communities was being worsened by a lack of patriotism at the grassroots level, allowing unknown individuals to operate freely and spread fear. He stressed that his administration is working to ensure governance reaches ordinary citizens through traditional institutions, which he described as key partners in sustaining peace and stability. Governor Mohammed also noted that local government chairmen have a critical role in addressing insecurity, saying the responsibility must be shared across all levels of leadership.
We have come to a stage where we want to do the major exercise of appointing, as per the powers conferred on me, of our village heads in the 20 emirates that we have, due to the expansion of national institution that we have done in accordance with the law. We give glory to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for this day and this moment. We in Bauchi were always leading by stakeholding, where we do things with consensus, with inclusivity, and making sure that every decision that are far-reaching in their consequences, major stakeholders are taken along, and by extension, the majority of our people are taken along. We know the importance of this inclusion, and of course, discussion that goes down, so that at the end of the day, we will not make mistakes that are not corrected right from the beginning.
In business, Dangote Petroleum Refinery has exported an estimated 57 million barrels of jet fuel between April 2024 and April 2026, according to data from energy intelligence platform Kepler. The shipments, which fluctuated monthly, peaked at about 160,000 barrels per day in April 2026, reflecting rising demand across Africa, Europe, and the Americas. Analysis shows Africa accounted for the largest share of exports with about 23 million barrels, followed by Europe with 17 million barrels, while the Americas received around 11 million barrels. Europe's share increased significantly from mid-2025, driven by competitive pricing and shifting global supply dynamics. The refinery's export growth highlights its expanding role in the international aviation fuel markets, despite rising domestic debates over pricing and supply. On forests in several African countries, including Kenya, Malawi, Lesotho, and Zimbabwe, have issued warnings to their citizens in South Africa, advising them to remain indoors amid rising attacks targeting foreigners. The alerts follow a wave of anti-immigrant protests in parts of South Africa, where migrants from other sub-Saharan African countries have increasingly come under attack. Ghana has also called on the African Union to intervene, while Nigeria says it is repatriating at least 130 of its citizens following reported fatalities. Migrant rights groups say foreigners are being scapegoated for South Africa's economic challenges, including high unemployment. The South African government has condemned the violence, urging law enforcement to act against those instigating attacks, while also acknowledging public concerns over illegal migration. Diplomatic engagements and emergency evacuations are ongoing as tensions persist.And in sports, Nassau Amazons head coach Christopher Danjuma has defended his team's 2-1 defeat to Robo Queens in their final Nigeria Women Football League regular season match. The match, played at the Mobolaji Johnson Arena in Lagos, saw Robo Queens edge the Amazons in a closely contested encounter. Danjuma said the game was used to assess squad depth and give playing time to less featured players ahead of the Super 6 playoffs. He added that every match remains important as the team continues preparations for the next stage of the competition. Nasarawa Amazons will now join Bayelsa Queens, Edo Queens, Rivers Angels, Abia Angels, and Robo Queens in the NWFL Super 6 playoffs. That's it for news updates at this time. For more of our news, programs, and documentaries, do watch our social media platforms and our YouTube live stream. I'm Shama Kanwa. Thank you for joining us at this time. Good evening.
You're still watching Journalists Hangout. Thank you for staying with us. Politics is often a reminder that alliances built on convenience can struggle under pressure. But this sentiment prompted the Minister of Aviation and Aerospace Development, Festus Keyamo, to describe the exit
Ashanamai, I just see you now. I don't know how long you've been there.
Hey, Ovi, how you there?
Adeo, how you side?
We thank God. I'll market today.
Everywhere slow.
Nah, I hand work now. Yeah, we not put for White House. You don't mess up. You don't stink up the whole place. You know.
All right.
when they make noise, they shout up and down. Naim be the main person fit turn America around. Naim fit make America great again, Abi. I don't make America great now, all right? Maybe so.
It's still coming back, sir. It's still coming back 2028.
I still want them. You want them to come back, are you?
Right? Why not?
All right.
Just job when start, never finish now. We are just getting started.
Make it just come. Make it sink the whole country, right? That's the plan. That's the meaning of make America great again, Abi.
Yeah, they need to reset the war now.
No, they worry all over now. When I vote for that guy, that is something.
Wanna bear with that until they finish the job.
Some of you just did it because you don't just like the other lady. I mean, maybe because she's a woman or because she's just a black woman / Indian woman. I don't even know what the hell is the issue. Why you? I mean, you saw this guy the first time when he did his first time. How how chaotic it was, and you guys brought him back again for the second time. I mean, look at the whole place. Just look at the whole economy. I mean, just even the country here. Look at how people just lay people off from work. All the social programs, they don't cut them down. Thanks to your in MAGA bros, Elon Musk. You know, they got every government program. Even the so-called red states like Mississippi and Alabama, all of those places, they scream on top of their voice now. All the government program where they got out, you know. Now they now realize the Democrats, they were right, you know. It's just insane. It's insane. I mean, it's just insane. Was it just a few hours ago? I hear say Google just lay off about 30,000 people. They did it off. Like, what's going on? We never talk about Facebook. We never talk about Oracle. We never talk about Microsoft. We never talk about Amazon and all of those big tech companies. Because they lay off people. You know, man, they just get me. I mean, the billionaires are becoming more and more billionaires. How much was Elon Musk worth? As at when Biden left there, it was not even worth up to $500 billion. Now this guy is almost $3 trillion now. Just within the space of about how many 11 months or how many months where this guy don't did there now. He don't hit almost $1 trillion. You know, just one person. And other big billionaires, they're all making money. And Americans just scream at the top of their voice just to even pay the house rent, to even feed. A problem for many Americans, you know. And it's still they want them to come back a bit. How much be gas price when I sat there? For where you did for Atlanta, I mean, where you did? How much be gas price?
$4 now.
$4. But when Biden was there, when did they buy almost to that price? All of them, they shall say Biden don't destroy the economy. This idiot get there now. Look at how they place me now. Here for California, they're buying almost $7. $7. In Oregon, it's almost like around 5 something. In Washington State, it's about $5.99. What are we talking about? When Biden was there, it wasn't like this. We don't say no start any war. We don't start war on high now. The war was in the you see?
Instead of complaining, brace up. It's just getting started.
No, don't give me that brace up. You see, when people don't do it, they're not going to own up to their mistakes. That's the thing where they baffle me about some of this MAGA.
We go see now, 2028, we go see who make mistake.
All the elections, what they just do, what they do in most red states. See Virginia, see the other states. We be saying mostly controlled by Republicans. Even see the one where just happened was a few days. It was yesterday in your red state there, Texas there. A mayor race that they did there. The Democrat won it. That has never happened in many years. They just lose. Republicans.
You don't worry. You know what in now. 2028, we're gonna bring on our best against Trump.
You know, that's the problem. The problem is that you people where they vote this guys them, this populists among the Republicans, you know, it's just they baffle me most times. I get baffled. I mean, like
We're gonna worry about Democrat. We're gonna bring on our best. I don't know what are they worry about Republicans.
The thing about the Democrats is that they've always been consistent in their policies.
Yeah, then you continue now if it's working.
I mean, they are more of a pro people than your Republicans where you vote. Your Republicans are pro billionaires. That's what they care about.
They are more billionaires in they are more billionaires in Democrat than Republican.
Well, you can say that, but the point is this: it's this Republican trickle down economy doesn't work. Let the billionaires have all their own money. Money go trickle down. Why is it trickling down now? The billionaires are having money. Look at the tax weighing do. You know the billions. Look at just imagine the amount of debt we don't have to the national debt already.
Well, rational mind. Why is they worrying now? In America, let the best policy win.
Yeah, when they suffer, people when they hear they suffer.
Let the best policy win. I don't know why they if na Nigeria now we go see that they rig election. See America they see they try small. So let the best person win.
Well, that's how they talk about them.
America vote for waiting they want. Now they complain. I don't understand.
They don't vote. The racists among them and the people we say they know.
They voted now. People voted for the man. People voted for the policy, and he's working for them.
No, they did not. They did
so
not.
I they win.
Hold on. You see, here you go again with this way you always talk here on your platform sometimes. I mean, you and I, we don't get this.
But how they win now? I don't know how they win.
He won, he won. But the point is this:
so wait for another round. Now. I don't know.
Hold on. So many things we campaign on. No being they do. So many things when campaign on, it's not what it's doing.
My question is, I don't know now.
No. He was saying he was not going to fight any war. That's what he said in his campaign.
Yeah, I don't know why when I too like noise. This thing a competition. The date is already set. Go win now. You the case closed. I don't know how. I don't know how to. It's said. It's already set. Every for 4 years.
Fall down. All the people they support them before.
4 years. There is election.
And they were calling this girl, the black girl there. And MGT.
See. My problem with Democrats. Una they worry about what other people they do.
I'm not a Democrat.
Let them focus.
I don't even vote, but I just look at all the policies.
Competition. So
our competition, fine. I understand, but my point is just that it's just baffling how you people just vote this maniac there.
Nothing when they do no allow. Anything when they do, if we say una project 2025, I know would they complain. They don't. Democrats don't start their own now. Project 2029. They put their own together too. So I don't know. Those way they the race. They don't buckle up. They've gone back to the drawing board. We'll see. Me knows the Trump will come back. He go be like for people. Why?
Come back there now. Obama said because people they talk about Obama. Maybe two of them come about them. Yeah, well, if he come back,
what people need to understand, American people get that. That's just his own, not by people. So I don't know why people will get country. People will get country say they won't change and would they complain. Why would they complain? Now people fought for this country now. Many people fought for them. People get down.
Their life. People fight for this country, their life. Now, this is a conspiracy. This is a republic. I mean, this is a MAGA maniac conspiracy. Now, all this is throw around like say, the substance to it. I could just conjure some kind of ideas where I don't even understand what it is. Drain the swamp. Now, which swamp we don't drain now? Only the Epstein issue now.
Why would they complain? If you know this swamp,
they died it now. Drain the swamp. They want drain the swamp. They don't drain the swamp now, right? They don't drain that, right?
Beware. I know Sabi. I always focus on what next. The next thing is competition. I know they like complaining.
I always focus on what is now. You don't retrace your mistakes. That is a problem. Some of you don't learn.
Now when they complain, am I complaining? Now when they complain, now the problem is that.
Listen, I tell you. People where they suffer past, you're like those idiots, those maniacs there for Lagos, for Nigeria there. Those one where go vote where they shout up and down. Tinubu, on their mandate they shall fall. A lot of them they chop the they experience the whole
we always make mistake. We focus on the winner. Hold on. The winner those see, the winner has won. If you not take careful, you go complain again for the next 4 years. Now the problem with that. Stop complaining. The party don't win. Go back.
We're discussing complaining now. No. Don't say. See, that's the thing you people do. You don't like to hear when people tell you what the.
No. See, me, I like as they talk because all I want to go win. Now I want to talk. I like how keep talking.
Complaining. You are emotional. You are this. Come on, dude. Let's stop this.
No. Keep it going now. Keep it going. When 2027 will come, they will win again. I will continue.
Listen, man.
Like see. Yes.
If I come upon the voice on your platform, I know say nobody only you and I day here. People they go hear us. People will go to us channel. And when they hear all these things, what they say, it go make probably go make them. I'm not saying all this just for you. I'm also saying to people.
I know now. I understand. Now the same thing with the talk. Now the day when I notice, now they tell you so. People will lose. Not be the obedient. When you lose election, you go sit down for house. Then 3-6 months to election, you go come back again, begin shout. It doesn't make sense. This is not a matter of life and death. People where they win, they're not just they sit down, they wish. They work for it. It doesn't matter how much you complain from now till tomorrow. Nothing is going to change until the next election again. So there's no time for complaint. I will try to talk with that. It doesn't matter anybody complain. That's one that won't win. If you want things to change, you stop complaining and get to work. If you don't want it to change, that's when you complain.
yeah, we'll go again with this way you guys always like to do these things. A while ago, you just said that Democrats don't they do their own project 2029. What do they call them now? We say they don't do.
They are working with it. They are working on president. They should focus on that. Go and study. Focus on.
Yeah, let me focus on. I'm not a Democrat. I'm not a Democrat. So whatever they want to focus, let them do it.
I know they like people when they complain. Maybe not because I come from competitive background. My competition.
If you come here on your platform, OVA, to discuss matters, in a sense, you are complaining about the situation. You're talking about, maybe, for example, you talk about Obi. I mean, there was this on few hours ago.
I don't complain about the winners. The winner, they don't win. It's gone. I focus on those who don't win. You stop complaining.
So
go and walk.
Is that not a complaint?
Waiting. No, they complain now. They should go and work. They should stop focusing on the winner. The person don't win.
Why they get problem with my own sort of? I'm not so. I mean, you don't expect me and you to be complaining the same thing. I go complain the way I see things. I go talk about the way I see things. So not be the way you see them, I could see them.
No, I'm not stopping you from complaining. No, I'm not stopping you from complaining now. I'm just saying now. You are complaining about things win-win. I'm just saying they could focus on the losers. I'm not saying you should not.
Well, we have to focus on every one of them.
Complain.
The losers because the only way you can get the losers and the people where they back the losers, or those people where back the winner to rethink is when we complain, we bring out the flaws that is in their decision to have arrived at voting that winner and letting that loser to lose. That's what we're doing. That's what I'm doing. I'm not here to just come and complain without providing an alternative. When I was talking, I said, when I complained about the MAGA maniacs there and your court leader, I complained. I said the Democrat had a better way probably than we had it better when they were there than when these people were there. So that's what I said. I didn't just say come here and complain about Trump and all these maniacs. But I also talk about a way out of it. Vote the Democrat probably. They have a better policy than this idiot that is there. So let's just go back to our country. I've been watching all the things we have to play. Some of the things we have to play. You know, for me, I just believe that. It's just one thing that just baffles me is, you know, on this your platform, maybe on your platform, I never really mentioned that. I never really speak of this Oloribuku APC. Like I said, I call them Oloribuku. Why I call them Oloribuku? I call them Oloshi and all those kind of Yoruba languages because ever since this party has come, I've had power in that country. Nigeria has just been worse. We thought we've seen it worse under Jonathan. Just imagine the rate at which people are being, deleted every day by these terrorists. I don't know why Tinubu will not sack this Mumu guy. What do they call this Mumu Fulani guy? What do they call him? What do they call him? No. Why not sack this guy? Bring in people who are trained national security experts. This guy is not he's just maybe some kind of a police officer who went to Kuru and go and do strategic studies, and maybe he went abroad and do how to fight fraud. It's not a terror. It's not a security expert. It's not a military guy that fights that has been trained in the heart of anti-terrorism. In strategies. Military strategy. He doesn't know all of this, and is directing a whole agencies that is in charge of the security of that country. So what is Tinubu thinking? If not because that guy himself is just a narcissist. It's just. Oh, what's going on? Someone is trying to say something?
No, sorry,
So my point is just that I don't know why this guy will not sack this guy. Sack this heifer, this mother heifer. Send him away. The idiot. The other time, Tinubu gain. You talk like Mumu. Like how low can a national security expert just make himself like some kind of a jester, court jester. You never even make anything. You don't shout up and down. Tinubu gain. They propagandize, they do political rally when you never even done anything. And I know, I observed lately, I've not been seeing him much on TV. Even when I do the National Executive Council, I hardly see him there. I don't know what is going on. Maybe Tinubu has giving him an order that if you don't improve, maybe I'm going to sack you, or as the case may be. Because I noticed I've been watching every every TV station where they do all this, maybe Tinubu sit down with all in minions them. I hardly seen who, so I don't know what is going on. So I just, because this one we just they pay people like anyhow for that country, and nobody's reporting it. Our medias are not reporting it in Nigeria. It's just a simple one. It's the few ones that leaked online, that people bring online that we see. My brother, that place is a hellhole. The people are just being killed and being kidnapped. And you see, the other day, you saw what they say, it was a few days ago, what happened in Casina. Just this morning again, in Casina again. And just this morning again, in Plateau State. And in Barking Ladi. What is going on? The one we will see, what about the one we will see? And he got there for France there. I see the other few days or 2 days ago. He sit down there, wear suit, like person with a be better person. And he talk of France, they talk about economy. I just like, my goodness. Now which kind, now who can't swear for that country? We say, we don't get leaders, so we say that they empathetic to the plight of the Nigerians. All they care about is how to make money for the country, how to this. They don't even talk about, let me ask you, Ovie, when have you ever seen Tinubu sit down, speak to the people of Nigeria like an empathetic father? Like, I want to believe in those kids when we get Sheya and all of them. Like, he using prick, but one all of them. And we say that another person not impregnating wife for that. Because that guy, I don't even understand. Like, my person just did. All your head now politics. You don't even show empathy just to like talk to people like as if you are a father who has raised kids and you know how it is when your kid comes to you and say, "Oh, daddy, I have a bruise here," and then you have to like, talk in a way that just to make him really like, "I'm here to help you out to take care of your bruises and to make you feel better." No, this guy don't. You can't even see that in this guy's demeanor. The way he talks like a wannabe Al Capone. Like he just. So my point is this, Elvie, I'm asking you a question. But now tell me when you don't ever see you've been on this media thing. Tell me when you don't ever see Tinubu talk like that. Talk like, so, oh, Nigerians, I know what you're going through. I know how it feels. Just tell me, give me one video we don't see where this guy don't show an empathy like a leader, or like a father would do to his kids. Tell me. Ovio, now let me to talk. Ovie. Apparently, maybe you don't have the answer to my question, right? Or you look for the video to show me the one when talk, when show empathy. Ovie. Ovie. What's going on?
Hello?
Where did you go now? I just talk. What did happen now? I don't hear you. The Agbadorians, they attack your channel. Ovie.
Ashonama.
I did your view. What happened now? Just sure you lose service now. What happened?
No, now my network is changed. I don't know. It's in the triple.
So I just I don't know whether, but I did say I go on the on YouTube just to go see where they're going. But I didn't say the thing record. The thing was recording. The voice were all captured. So.
Oh, my voice was captured. I don't know. Yeah,
I mean,
every
single why they thought. I just say maybe all the thing what they say, nothing was maybe you lost, since you say you lost service, maybe everything too got lost like that. But it seems like everything was there. So what did happen now? Are you back now?
Yes, I think so.
Well, I mean, I asked you a question. So the question what they ask you, they say, you tell me when you don't see Tinubu, that president of that country there, that means that stability. When have you ever seen him talk to Nigerians like a leader, like a father? I mean, he's not a father. He's not a father of anybody. I mean, he's not my father. But what I'm saying is, you understand what I'm saying? If you raise a child, you know how it is to show empathy and to your child when your child comes to you, they complain or says he has a bruise, and you have to like take care of that bruise, and you have to make them feel better. And so, Nigeria is right now we're bruised. When have you ever seen this guy speak in a manner that makes Nigeria understand that okay, this guy is trying to, he has shown empathy? When have you seen that guy? Just give me one video. If you want to play that video, play it to me. I see. That's the question I have for you.
Tinubu no send now. No later. Tinubu left the Nigerian people to the governors, to the other member of the administration. He ain't just focus on the top. It's about cutting deep. That is what is important to him. So every time opportunity he has, he always say you should ask the governor. I've given them enough money, subsidy money, so it is the responsibility of the governor to care for the people. That's what I noticed. So, that's what he believes.
Okay.
He believes that.
You're right.
He believes that.
Right.
He believes that now the top dog put on there, the grassroots is left for the members of my administration. So we always tell you that there's more money. I'm giving more money to governor than any other president, so they are responsible.
Okay.
That's what he believes.
So, because you don't give money to the governors, so when the other past presidents were there and they were doing the same thing, I mean, they gave money they share the national money that comes to the national treasury. Yet there were insecurity. This is the same guy that was famously have said on the street, that is still on the street to this very day, where he said the box stop at the president's table. The last time I checked, the only person that has that title in Nigeria, the commander-in-chief of the armed forces, is the president. I saw here one idiot, one Oloribruku APC talk head. You go one channel. You go to talk say there's a difference between when he was trying to read the Constitution. He said the Constitution says that the welfare of the people, whatever, shall be the responsibility of the government. He didn't say the responsibility of the federal government. That's what the idiot was saying. I just sit down where I sit like this, like like wicked. I maybe I get gone.
You want shoot there? You want shoot there? Hey.
I get gone, but if I'll destroy my screen.
When we can talk that thing finish, he said Brian Velo will give Shehu Sime no verse.
Yeah, I hear I'm saying. I think Shehu have to take you have to take a day off, a day or two off from handling that.
Go sit down.
You just go. You have to go sit down and go think about the life.
Go sit down. It's not innocent.
Anyway, the idiot was saying that he said the way this APC people them. Am I surprised? I'm not surprised because this is the same people that came in when Bubu was there. Nigerians that were so any little thing when they hear of terrorist attack or terrorist kill this social amount of people, they kidnap them, the whole country will just go AY, like say, yeah, the whole country just like, no, it's wrong. But this ever since this APC has come, they've so numb Nigerians to all these atrocities. Whereby I think they did then they happen. People not just get numb to this violence. That is what APC has succeeded in doing. And you can imagine how some of them will just come on air. They will just spin the whole thing around. And so you go even to doubt your own sanity sometimes. I mean, even they say I'm wrong. I think there's something wrong with me the way they say this thing. This guy right, oh, I mean, what is that? See the way you guys have to talk with confidence. Say, yeah. The guy say, the welfare of the people shall be the responsibility of the government. He didn't say. He said. I'm quoting him. Say, but the Constitution does not say it shall be the responsibility of the federal government, meaning solely the president and the federal government. I was like, look at these idiots. Look at the way he's just spinning the whole thing. So because the Constitution says it shall be the responsibility of the government, that now absorbed what's it called? Tinubu from it. But the Constitution says only one person shall be called the commander-in-chief of the armed forces. Who gives order to that armed forces? No, not governors, not councillors, not chairmen, not deputy governors, not even the vice president, but the president. He only has that title, commander-in-chief. Tinubu has the military, army, air force, navy, DSS, what do they call them? Police, civil defense. All of these people, they are under him, not the governors. So what is the what is this idiot talking about? So imagine what I said. If I had looked at that time after that, maybe, but I'm just kidding. But anyways, my point is just that, you see, this is, and some people go listen to that guy. Say, yeah, I get points. You get point. Yes, the Constitution says no. It's the government. So it means that it is the governors and the president. Everybody shall share the responsibility. No, that's not what it is. Because as flawed as the Constitution be, even though it says government, does not mean that the governors has the right or they have the power to effect any kind of things like that as far as security is concerned. So you see, this is the example of what I'm trying to give you here, that this APC, they could just come on air and they could just spin narratives, spin stuff, and you yourself, you have to doubt yourself, like you have to doubt your own sanity. Like the way I see this thing, nobody say this guy really right too. But in actuality, these people are just messing with your heads. And that's why they mess with people's mind and brain, and in that country whereby people just don't think right anymore. When stuff like this happens, like another 30 people were killed in Katsina, another people were killed, the whole family was wiped out in Barking Ladi a few hours ago. Everybody just move on. Kwara State there. How many Obas, they don't leave their throne. So when I come here, we talk the way I talk over here. Let me start the complaint. If you want to call it complaint, that's up to anybody that wants to call it complaint. We only try to make case here that Tinubu has failed and he should not be allowed to come back. If you people allow him to come back second term, forget that country. It's either two things will happen. Nobody say, two things will happen. I don't know the rest. Tinubu go own Nigeria. And probably, if I want to stay beyond 2031, the way that guy has control over that country now, the hold that he has, the chokehold that he has on that country, and I've complained this about. I've said it from the beginning. Maybe even announced himself as a candidate. He wants to vie for that presidency. I said, if this guy ever allowed this guy come in, you can kiss Nigeria goodbye. So I don't know. Some of you come here, you're Okwebolo. I don't know what Okwebelo is saying when they say he wants to give out 2.5 million votes. How many be the people they vote for that state? You see, these are the kind of people they talk about. When they say they go just finger your head, they finger your brain. You go doubt your own sanity. APC, the way these people, they just don't mess with people in that country. Where is Tinubu? Where is the NSA? Where we talk about people being killed, massacred. The same APC, and then they go, they do when they call them for Kasina State there, for Kaduna State, when they this midget, what they call them, Erufai was there. They go to pay ransom. I mean, they pay terrorists. They do rehabilitation for terrorists. I never hear that kind of thing in any country. For this, under this APC now, they are not the say they rehabilitate terrorists. So why are our boys going fighting in that forest? That's Sahel. Why are they going there to fight? If they're only going there just to go and capture these people, what would they face them with sophisticated assault rifle? Some of them they die in the process, and then when they capture them, you want them to bring them to you so that you can rehabilitate them, spend our hard-earned money just to send them to some kind of a rehab, some kind of de-radicalization. I just don't get it. How do you solve a problem when the people that are the main people when they cause that problem, you don't take them out? Either you put them behind bars or you just let them face firing squad. I don't get it. You tell me, OVA, maybe you're one of those APCs then where you go fit tell me, maybe go fit finger my brain, maybe I go fit they think like on that. Tell me, make me believe, make me see your point. Because I don't know how you people reason. Not you particularly OVA, but I'm just saying all these APC people. Tell me, is it just about the economy? Like they tell me say a while ago, say governors they get money. Did you see the report that just came out a few days ago? That these governors are borrowing. I was on one platform, one Olubruku idiot with the Finland, what they call himself, what they call him. That guy, I just don't know. He just come on one other one platform there. He just to talk, just to vomit crap. Tell me that they say Tinubu don't make more money. So now the governors don't borrow money anymore. And saying that the old money they don't borrow and they just try to clear. Just few days ago, I think was it this day, one of those newspapers. If you can Google it, Google them for us. They said these governors are borrowing at an alarming rate again. So if Tinubu they give them enough money, why are they still borrowing? And we're talking about that these people have been borrowing money secretly. They said no, the money they give them is enough for them. Nobody's now owing any workers anymore. What was the last time we heard that any governor owed any governor? Because there is no transparency there. That is what these APCs are. These people are. They will just come, just to throw figure around, just to throw statistics around. Same statistics when they say now we go job, just to throw that statistics around because say we no go verify because they no go open the book for us to see the book. Say they don't give a governor money. Your Pueblo there, what they tell me say now? Tell me say they build flyover. Now, how many schools don't build? We don't build. How many schools we don't renovate to standard? But the own are just to build things we go give optics, build road, build flyover. You get I'm sure maybe you have kids over here. Your kids any of your kids or my kid can they go to any of our school in Nigeria? Say they don't go learn in that kind of environment. That one will be their priority. The priority is just to do optical illusions. Ovi, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
I mean, not have my rants. Maybe I come here, come do therapy. I just say you gotta see yourself as my therapist, right? Just carry a notebook. they hear my rants and everything. So I come to do therapy here, right? Well, if you call it therapy, my therapy, maybe that's what it is. Because when I just hear some news with Nigeria like this, I just sit down. Just imagine, say, what thing they happen for that country? Why everybody just to think the way they think? Just move on. Like nothing ever happened. Until it happened again. And who's going to be the next victim? It could be your own person, it could be my own person, it could be somebody we know, it could be somebody we don't know. But those people too, once they were saying, yeah, you're not going to ever reach me until you reach them. But if we don't nip this in the board, I hope you're not going to wipe all of our people out there. I don't get it. APC has to go. If you can give me a reason why APC has not to go, tell me, Obi, I want to hear you. But for me, APC...
Because the opposition are not working for APC to go.
They are working for APC, is that what you're saying?
They are working for APC to go now. Nobody is working hard enough to take APC out of power. So, how they want to go?
Okay, you tell me. How should the opposition works so that APC will go?
They never start. They never even start to plan for 2027 as of today. They never know. Now only as of today, now only you don't sure say only Tinubu they compete. Nobody else done. So none of those people. Obi never get party settled down. Atiku never settled down. So there's nobody that is going to take APC out.
Okay. So what would you have if you had been one of the advisors? What would you have advised them? I think that's why you are here on your platform.
At this moment, it's too late. They have to work towards 2031. Start to be prepared now to 2031.
Too late. Why is it too late? Give us reason why it's too late.
Now competition. Now somebody Tinubu has got to power in 2023. From 2023, don't they appoint people? He has been giving appointment, giving grant, everything. That's all you need now. What is the opposition doing? Nothing. So those people that were given grant, appointment, ambassador, whatever, those are the people that will bankroll the campaign. So within APC, I mean, I don't even know any party where they're now. So see now, Tinubu and Co, they were not sleeping. Then win the presidency where they know the power. Now when they want the power, you won't come win them overnight. It's not possible now. It'll be rocket science.
Well,
it takes time.
Nothing is impossible. I don't believe nothing is impossible. I mean, things are possible. Even though he has what they call it, the whole apparatus and everything under his wing, in his control. If Nigerians rise up against it, I know they don't already rig that election, because looking at the electoral law itself, the electoral act rather, so you can see the whole scheming when they don't scheme inside the electoral act, how they have devised a method of rigging the election. For example, if you come to polling booth, if you go print your own ballot box, your own ballot paper, either I get any logo, even though that's not ballot paper, only APC logo there, you don't print that APC alone. Submit and give the electoral officer. The act says it's at liberty to say I accept them, I don't accept them. And mind you, now who be the person will be the chief electoral officer for that country? Who they are now APC sympathizer. So if all the people were appointed as electoral officers in different board or different coalition centers or whatever, if they are also people who say they don't pay or they be APC sympathizer, what will happen that day? They will allow any ballot paper now to go into the ballot box and they will count that. And when they will declare Tinubu winner. That is where number one of the example of how they have perfected their rigging. Number two again is by not allowing when they call them the beavers to really work. You don't need the beavers to be accredited. If you just show up and maybe they find your name there, you claim that you're that person. You just thumbprint, you just put aside ballot box. In fact, with just that ballot box, that ballot paper where they just say you can bring, you don't tell you says they don't rig this election already. So what are we saying? And then you know challenge anybody. That idiot, when we come from Abia State, when we call Ben Kalu, he get one case on his neck, forgery. He go forge, saying go in go law school, in for saying go, what they call them, saying go NYC. Now, because they know those kind of things, and now they call that one to the other governor too from Enugu State, we go forge NYC papers. I mean, other ones too, so we don't even know where they are result or the people already tender are genuine. They don't remove that one from the electoral act. Say, you know, if it's challenge anybody on forgery anymore. Those people, you just imagine, when I say these people, this APC, they Belori Broku, Akoshi Bero, people will say they know I'm a Shafani, kind of people. They don't want, you just look at the criminality they inserted into that electoral act. It's just so absurd that we Nigerians just move on like that. Nobody's talking, because the distraction now is election. Nobody's talking about the insecurity anymore. Everybody just want to get there, and I know it's all the ploy of Tinubu. It's all the scheme, part of his strategies to bring katakata among say they go hear themselves. He don't bring that wedge among them, so he say they could fight each other until you got surprised and say INEC just shut down their registration period or whatever period they call it for them to submit their candidates. So it's all a plan. It's all a plan work by Tinubu and his people, his minions, where they help and do all this scheming. So I don't know when you say the oppositions is their fault. I don't blame them. I don't blame them too much. I know I blame them to some extent. The only way I blame them like you is they should have not waited to this moment, because I've been saying it like over a year ago. I've been saying it that you guys, I'm not sure you guys are ready to come out to the next 2027 though, because you guys just go. Although this guy has been working though, what's his name? Obi. After the election, he has been going up and down. They do ball, they do everything. All those things are just part of the strategy of winning himself into the heart of the Nigerians, especially people from the north. Some of you like yourself and other people were saying, you look at you don't lose. You see the campaign after election. You know, all the APC minions, they just vex, saying they go they win. Your governor there where you talk, where was it yesterday where I hear you one of your clip where you do on here, where I would watch. You were saying that your governor won them. Say before I go come to those states, make let me know. Why was it that he did that back then? Was it not after election? After the election, we bring your governor in, and even after the election of 2023, we go they give the money to some of your nursing school there, and some of your people were threatening to kill him. Say if he come here, even your APC, what do they call him? Chairman, state chairman for that guy. We like say the bleach like this. What they call him? We just say he hate Obi. Say he hate him. Say make it better just send him on an assignment on the day where Obi go come those state. If not, he go kill him. So we don't talk with that in the country, and DSS they watch. Somebody being threatened. Say they use that kind of strong word, HATE. It's a strong word. Guys say, "Oh, I have a dislike for him." No, he said, he just. I don't. Do you have the video here? If you get that video, play that video for us. Look at the strong word when you use. Say they better send him an assignment. If they don't send him an assignment, what will happen then? You go be violent towards him. And that violence, the level of that violence, we don't know. Maybe you go just kaput the guy or whatever. We don't know. But it means that it's gonna melt violence on him. And DSS is there watching. They don't go arrest him. But if not somebody else do him now, say I want to be, I've been I want justice, whatever crap, I be they call that guy. They go carry and go through inside prison. What the APC people don't use their mouth talk for that concern? APC people, it don't reach me. They even shut down that party down. Even your governor said, Pobola, what was he said? He said no get shishi. In they come our state here, he no get shishi, Especially no get shishi. When they see money, they get shishi. Because anything when he high, see make it collect more. A governor saying that. I bet if Jonathan had been and all his governors under him, they've been saying that against the Buhari and his people back then. And to going as far as attacking them, like we saw the attacks that was being meted on some of the APC secretariats, and even when Obi was there himself. You see, when I come here, I vibrate the way I vibrate. It's just so Nigerians can think very well in this next election. Tinubu is not deserving of a second term. APC, in fact, APC in its entirety is not deserving. Probably is not deserving of second term. Because if you align with some people that are criminals, that are bloodsuckers, that are violent people, then it means you yourself, you're part of the problem. You can say, oh, he wants to be governor, he wants to... No, I don't believe in all that crap. APC has to go. Nigerians, APC has to go. Enough of this rewiring of our brains. We don't think straight anymore in that country. It has never been like this. But since 2015, Nigerians have lost their ways, their critical thinking ability. Ovia, you did there?
I hear you. I hear you.
Thank you very much, my therapist. He was a baby, really. I think he was a baby. I just don't know how we got here. How did we get here? I mean, I know how we got here because some people bought their way into the whole thing. They bought their way into it. But should we allow them to continue? Because we don't get this life, not be twice. We're only here to live once. APC wasted almost 16 years of our life. 16 years we'll never get back again. There were kids that were born, maybe when Tinubu came in, I mean, when Bubu came in, they were like 5 years old. Today, they're almost 21 years old. No future. Nothing. When that 16 years is gone, you can never get it back again. Some of us will come here maybe in our late 30s that came to the United States. In our late 30s, we have kids. Maybe because we have kids, maybe somehow we have kids. We came here, we saw some little kids, what we say, like in their 20s, their 19s, they don't do big things for themselves here. I know some of my friends that came here in their 40s. No kids, nothing. And they came here and they see people say they don't reach to be there. In fact, them and their papa, they be age mates. They come be like small picking. That country, when it sets you back, it could be very hard for you to catch up again. It could be very, very hard for you to catch up. Because we keep bringing in leaders that doesn't mean well for the people. You know, Nigerians need to think, because one day they go, 2 days they go, 3 days they go, it's gone forever. You never see those days again. You can never catch them up again. So you only have one life to live. If you allow this guy to go second time, you can kiss another 4 years of your life again as wasted, with nothing to show for it. I leave it at that. Oh, yeah. Is there another topic you want to more talk?
Okay, yeah, waiting this man talk today.
Okay.
You know, I don't know why people make mountain out of a molehill. For me, I did not think it was relevant enough to bother me. If you discovered that I've not said anything about it. I've not made any comment in any of my social media network, because what is there to bother yourself about? When you have a politician that you know will always move and is still moving, within 6 months, P2B has been a member of 3 political parties. By December 30th, he was in Labour Party. By December 31st, he was a DC member. By May 3rd, he is in NDC. Were it not for the Electoral Act that forbids people from moving at a certain point, I cannot guarantee he wouldn't have moved to another party before the end of this electoral cycle. So that is him. However, let me note that moving from one party to the other is not what questions or interrogates a politician's character or capacity or competence. Because in Nigeria, we can see that the political atmosphere is fluid. and things change rapidly. And so I would not characterize any politician that moved from one party to the other as lacking in character or competence. But what I am interested in more is the reason for your movement. What is your reason for moving? That is what will characterize whether you did it out of competence or character or convenience. Now, what did P2B give as reason for his movement? He said, I do not have any problem with David Mark. That means he didn't have any problem with the party. He said, I don't have any problem with Atiku Abubakar, meaning he does not have any problem with any of the aspirants. But look at the reason he gave. He said, I am running away from the challenges of ADC. I don't like trouble. I don't like challenges. And so let me go to where there is peace. And that is what struck me. Can you imagine a politician who is asking you for your support to be president of the most challenged country on earth? Nigeria today is the most challenged country, both physically and mentally, on earth. The fourth most terrorized nation on earth. The nation that has the most rapidly going down economy, borrowing more than it can repair, meaning a nation that is going into bankruptcy economically, a nation that people are being killed every day. The terrorists at times tie people on the stake, put fire under them and burn them. A nation where the youths and women are unemployed, and most of them are unemployable. So you have this kind of myriad of problems, challenges, and the man opened his mouth, a politician, and confessed he's running away from challenges. So if you're running away from challenges, what is your business asking Nigerians to trust you with a country that is most challenged? That statement has already buried his political career, because you cannot be asking to be challenged when you're running away from challenges. This spoke to his incapacity, to his incompetence and lack of character. And that is what is most important. Hold on. It is worse enough that he said that he's running away from challenges, but it is more terrible that he lied about it. He gave the reason is because of the challenges in ADC, but that is a lie. Why is it a lie? First and foremost, the challenges, which mostly are legal, that he referred to, were the challenges he met when he came into ADC. For instance, the Nafiu Bala legal challenge was instituted against ADC on the 2nd of September. P2B came in December 31st. So the challenge was there. He knew it before coming in. So it couldn't have been because of the legal challenges that he left ADC. By May 3rd, when he left, it was exactly the same position ADC was when he came in. That is exactly the same position ADC was when he left. So he lied when he said it was because of the legal challenges. Because volunteer non-fit injuria, what you know existed and you entered into it knowingly, you cannot claim that that is the reason. So the issue about legal challenges, he lied about it because that was not the issue. But we'll come to that later. Now, why do you think that P2B did not give the excuse that he left because the primary that will be organized will be dollarized? Why do you think that he didn't give the excuse that it will be monetized? You know why? Before P2B came in to ADC, he gave it as a condition that he will be the one that will nominate the NOS, the National Organizing Secretary. That is the position that organizes every Congress and every primary. And he was very clear about it because he wanted to be the one to organize the Congresses and the primary. And the party has ceded it to him without asking questions on the competence and the corruption index of the person he's bringing. They are ceded it to him. When the time came for registration, E-line, it was still his own aide, my own sister, Aisha Yusuf, that was placed to be in charge of the E-line registration, because that will determine the numbers of people that will vote if we go into direct primary. So, and the reason also is that so that he will be the one in charge of determining who will vote and the procedure and the committees that will organize the primary. So P2B knows that he was giving all those concessions so that he will know that ADC was prepared for free, fair, and credible primary election. That is why you didn't hear him say, oh, it's because it is monetized. Oh, though some of his followers that are of the street urchin family will still be talking, you know, like Rabbi the cookies, saying dollarize, dollarize. ADC wants to bring something new. That is why P2B is not saying, I am leaving because the primary is monetized, because he is the one who would have organized the primary. Now, having said this, then what is now the true reason why he left?
So let me, at this point, sorry to butt in, let me now read what he said in his statement that he released.
Right.
First, he said, the ADC has been plagued by deepening internal crisis and a toxic political environment. He also pointed to worsening factional battles, deep suspicion, and a growing lack of unity in the ADC. These are some of his stated reasons for leaving. Of course, he didn't mention the issue of dollarization or rigged, whatever, you know. So can you respond quickly, briefly, so that we can, there's a lot we need to cover, Dr. Kenneth?
Good. I was to tell you the real reason he left.
Okay.
Because as you can see, the coalition was complete. All the opposition leaders were complete in the coalition. So which faction? Which crisis?
Toxicity.
How? There was only one person that was bringing toxicity in ADC, and that person is P2B.
How?
He was the only person that went around asking others to step down for him. I was coming to tell you the reason he left. So that's why let me proceed.
Continue.
Because that is what brought the toxicity. His followers are the only people that go about insulting other leaders. Before he came in on December 31st, we were respectful of our leaders. We were going in peacefully. But by nature, chaos follows him. Immediately they came in. What brought the toxin? Obi or nothing. That was what brought the toxin into ADC. Now, let me tell you the reason he left. So forget all those things you read. Obi is a man who is afraid of free, fair, credible primary election. And this is the reason he left. Throughout his political career, he has never contested for any position. People don't know why. first time he wanted to become governor, he went into primary and he was beaten flat in Apga by Ralph Moose, because Ralph Moose was the one who built Apga in Anambra State. So when he came into contest, of course, he came in from London and wanted to, move in. He's not a politician. He does not know anything about politics. He's not a team player. He told you he's a trader. And one mark of a sole proprietor is that he goes alone. But this is not democratic. So when he was defeated, he and his colleagues still found a way to cancel purported the primary. And they went behind, and in the purported consensus, they gave him the ticket. And so that was how he started his political career, building it on sand, not on democracy.
How did Odime Ojukwu enter into this brief history? I just need to understand that.
Yes, if you would allow me to learn, because we are moving into it. It was because when he lost that primary, he now went into the stakeholders.
The owners of the party.
And then started telling them how he will be the one who would help. And then, he came from London then, brought in the resources then, and then they chose him. The ones Ojukwu said, okay, let's go with this person. That's the end. That was how he came in. So Ojukwu was the leader of Apga. Yeah. And if you found a way of going into his heart in Apga and he chooses you, it makes a whole lot of weight for you. But like I said, having built his political career on non-democratic foundation, he got possessed with that entitlement mentality, and he got possessed with undemocratic spirit. So anytime he gets into a party, he has this morbid fear of internal democracy. So when the PDP, when he started nourishing the ambition to be president, and he wouldn't have ever contested to be president. It was when Atiku Abubakar magnanimously chose him against the will of elected people in the Southeast then, because he didn't have any elective post. They were telling him, do you know the person you're choosing? He said, no, I've talked with him and this. So he chose him. Atiku Abubakar is a man who is looking for sound people. So if you show yourself very sound, he might get carried away. He might not even want to know any other thing behind you. And he now chose him. Of course, he got some backlash for choosing him.
Yeah. 2019.
Yes, he stuck out his neck. That was what brought him to national politics. So he wouldn't have contested. By 2023, when he saw inevitability of going into primary, he left. He gave a reason that it was monetized, it was dollarized. So that's why in 2027, the ADC wanted to give him everything to avoid him making any excuse. But I'll tell you what will shock you. When I came into ADC, the first strategic meeting I met, before even the unveiling, I told them, don't build anything on P2B because he's not going to contest under ADC. He will still leave.
You told them this?
Outrightly. In the first meeting that I went.
Even before the unveiling of the party?
Even before the unveiling of the party. I told you we were, in a coalition. Yeah. We were, negotiating. So it's an honor and a privilege that they called me to negotiate with me on my person. Let me tell you another thing I told them. I said, I am not going to come into the coalition through the Southeast led by Obi. Because it will be a waste of my time. Because I know he will eventually leave. And nobody will portray me as a man that is unstable as water. Because then I will not live with him. So why try it in the first place? They were looking at me. So they were like, are you sure? I said, yes, I'm sure of what I'm saying. Because I stopped being a spokesperson to him because I was sure that he was not stable. And we went on. That is why they were consulting him on his own. They were consulting me on my own. We were moving together, and they were weighing his words, and they were weighing my words. And each time they see that all the promises and words he makes them, he fails them. And that was how my hand was growing because of stability and honesty. His own hand was going down because of instability and toxin that he brings in always. And at the end of the day, he left. They called me and said, Kenneth, are you a prophet? I said, no.
I was just going to ask you that. Are you a prophet?
Because I was scared they might ask me what will happen to me tomorrow and I will fail. So I said, no. I'm just an honest man. I will tell you the truth, no matter the backlash. So all through this while we were negotiating, I never sat down in the same room with Obi. And that is why you see me now, still being who I am in ADC. And he now left with some people that he wants to destroy their political career. But the thing I'm going to say is it because of zoning that he left? No. Why? Because he was still going to aspirants from the south and was still asking them to step down for him. So if it is zoning, he would have limited it to the northern aspirants and now saying leave it for the south so that the southern aspirants will contest.
Can square off against each other.
But it's not zoning. Because he went to the southern aspirants to ask them to step down for him. Is it because of the interest of Igbo? Let us interrogate it. First of all, on the day he agreed he would do 4 years, that's when I know that he has no interest of Igbo at heart. From 1960, when we had our independence, no Igbo man has been an executive president democratically. And you're telling me, as a Nigerian from Igbo extraction, that I will line up to support a candidate that will do only 4 years. Why I fought in 2022, 2023, that it must come to Southeast, and I know we won that election, is so that we'll do our 8 years. And now the turn of the South has been taken by Tinubu. Anytime any person from Nigeria, from Igbo extraction, comes into that post, he will do 80 years. And that is what I'm going to support. But it has to be strategic. It has to be systematical. Because you operate in democracy. And that was why I said, what is our best strategy? Do you know that nobody from the Southwest has ever confronted an incumbent that is sitting on the throne? Because they know that they don't have the majority and they don't have the apparatus of power to back themselves up. Now that Tinubu has taken 4 years, if we are not careful in the Southeast and we don't strategize, he will take the 8 years. And it will take us like 12 more years from 2027 to ever aspire to even be vice president. Because from the way Tinubu hates Ndibo, he will not even give them vice president in 2031 if you ever allow him to recontest. That means he won't even be president or vice till 2039, maybe. So it is in our strategic interest that we make the alignment now that will save us from political extinction, and an alignment that will guarantee us that when we get there, we'll be there for 80 years. After the war, we were promised reconciliation, rehabilitation, and reconstruction. If you watch Nigeria, it is as if it's yesterday that Tinubu was sworn in. So 4 years moves like magic, like lost, like air. So if you are an Igbo man and you say you want to do 4 years, please, what time would you have to treat the challenges of Nigeria and then come to reconstruct and rehabilitate and reconcile Igbo land the way you should be doing it? No. It is for personal interest. Anybody from Igbo extraction who enters there will do 8 years. And the only way is to know that you make an alignment that will give you the president or vice in 2027 and then the president in 2031 so that you will do your 8 years. So it couldn't have been for the interest of Ndibo that you will come to say you will do 4 years. Now, let me come in again on the interest of Ndibo. After we finished our election 2020-2023, they started pushing down our building in Lagos. We didn't have an incumbent to defend us. Buhari was APC. We didn't vote for him. Obi was there. He did nothing. They started killing our people in Lagos. Even one Igbo leader that was an Ezendibo in Lagos, out of annoyance, he said, look, if you don't defend our people, I will call IPOP to defend us. They caught him, put him in detention for 2 years. Obi said nothing. And all these people were suffering because of 2022-2023 that they gave him his vote. He said nothing. On the day that they brought down the building of, he said it is his brother, he went there and snapped. Oh, this is what they are doing to me because I want to be president. Meanwhile, it was a court order that they used. How many of the buildings of Ndibo that suffered because they voted for him, that he went to their damaged building to snap, to tell the world? Let me tell you, from where I come from, we are looking for men of valor to lead us, not men of victim mentality. When it concerns you, you will go and begin to cry like a baby, victim mentality. When they pulled down his own building also in trade fair, he went there to say, hey, they are destroying. Obi's definition of democracy is government of P2B, by P2B, for P2B. None for the interest of any other human being, much more the interest of Ndibo. Ndibo, they are coming last politically in Nigeria because of people like P2B. He was governor at the same time with Tinubu. Tinubu made a lot of politicians and groomed them, because the success of a leader is that you have successors you have built. P2B built nobody. So you can see how when they are now contesting for the position of the presidency, Tinubu has a lot of boys he can use. Obi has none because he has built nobody. Let's even come to the area of business. In Igbo land, we have the Igbo boy system, whereby when you are a trader, you will carry all along people who you will groom in that field and settle them. How many has P2B groomed? None. And so in the real tradition of Ndibo and in our culture by which we help others, none. So if you're talking about an ambassador of Ndibo, talk about somebody who will defend our interest no matter the challenge it poses on him, and who will be selfless to know that you should take the interest of your people at heart first before your own interest. Let me say this, and I say it unapologetically. Anytime a politician calls me to talk, the first thing I present before the politician is, what is your agenda for good governance for Nigeria? That's the first thing, because that's why I'm a member of MGG, Movement for Good Governance. And you would have to answer me correctly. The next thing I say is, what is your agenda for the youth and for the women? Because in Nigeria, they have been essentially marginalized. Then I will say, what is your agenda for Ndibo? Because all politics is local. I have never discussed the issue of money with any politician till date. And let me tell you the reason I do it. When you demarginalize a marginalized sector in a society, it is not just mere social responsibility. It is a strategic necessity for sustainable development and national cohesion. This is what I told the youths and the women when they had a summit. And this is what I will continue to say. You're not doing them a favor. you are trying to make sure that your society develops and there is national cohesion, because injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. So when you're talking about interest of Igbo, zero. So it is just about him, himself, and I. So for this politics is I, myself, and me. And that is not the culture of Igbo. We will move on. In addition, Igbo do not run away from challenges. They run to challenges, confront it, and take it out, because we are travelers and we are traders. And this category of people are always confronted with challenges because they operate even in soil and in nations they are not aware of and they were not born of. So we do not run away from challenges. So when he says he runs away from challenges, my advice to him is please keep running. And then run away also from contesting from 2027, because challenges will follow you anywhere you go to.
Ashrama and Mr. James.
Yeah, are you there? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I did hear. I just have to Mr. James.
Hello. Well done. Good evening.
Yeah.
We have just listened to another Daniel Boala.
Making right. Yeah. They're not how to by their fruit we shall know them, right?
The whole of them, they are the same. There's no difference. Don't mind them.
Me, I have to say this kind of better guy. I don't know say now what kind of around like that. Now what kind of any other guy. I mean, you think maybe you don't see better person when during the 2023 election, before it when he just vibrates and saying he left APC. The same guy when they support before. Now he don't turn against now. All because
He will never tell you what caused the quarrel between the two of them.
Well, he gave his own version of what caused the quarrel. Say because
that is what he wants you and me to hear. What actually happened, you will never know. Don't
of course,
them.
maybe
They're all the same.
Yeah. So when things like this happen, you tend to ask the question, who can we trust among all these so-called people? Because
among the ruling class, there's none you can trust. Absolutely none.
Because even Dele Momodu, that I used to have respect for, I just don't know how that man just turns on something else. Like speaks from all sides of his mouth. During the lockdown, COVID, I remember some of the things when come online they talk. When even interview Kanu one, I mean say Kanu one call. Kanu, this Kanu, this their IPOB guy. We interview him. When they go against Bubu, they go against the policy of APC. You see, you say these people they be better person. But when you just put them, make them near power or make them inside that power, you go see their true color. And that Boala what you talk about. When he said it vibrates. Hey, Tinubu, if you give Tinubu 1 million years, you're not going to ever fix Nigeria. The same guy, I don't going to work for Tinubu now. This Ovie, help us dig out old video on channels where this guy Kenneth Okonkwo gave channels when dressed down, he washed down Atiku. Help us dig them out. I saw it on one channel. I just the crap.
When they do what they do?
He talk crap about Atiku. The same Atiku when they defend today, he talk crap about Atiku. Just believe Kenneth Okonkwo and what he said about Atiku. I don't know, maybe on channels. I think that's where either channels are right, but I think in channels. This guy washed down Atiku. In fact, I mean, when I watched that, was it yesterday or when I watched that video? It just remind me of Boala. That these guys, they're all the same. They're all the same. Just let them taste power or something near power, they will change them out. I mean, like this is the same guy. If you go see previous video before the 2023 election, how he spoke highly of Obi. I see the kind of crap when they talk about Obi. He could not all his time he has been in politics. He has always avoided doing primaries. When he was in Abuja, this guy won. They had to convert it back to him and give it to him. I was like, oh my goodness. So you know all those things. Otherwise, when Obi was contesting under Labour, then you kept quiet and didn't say it. You know, it's very glaring that because if you look at the pattern when these people don't display for the past few days, ever since Obi has moved, if you look at the pattern, you could not say yes. There was a grand plot to cage Obi. There's a scheme to cage Obi, and I know I hate to say I agree with this APC idiot maniacs them, but I want to agree with them because even when they argue that thing with me on other channels, I will argue back with them. Say, "Okay, it's a lie. That was the thing. It's genuine. All of them want they go fight, they go slug them out." But I'm forced to want to believe with them now and concur with them that maybe they had a point there. That they are something that just to cage Obi. So Obi no get the ticket. I mean, it's looking like it because it's like they just want to use the obedience. You know, they want to ride on obedience to come to power. That's what I think they did. So for me, I just believe there's more to it. I mean, who would ever believe that? Senator Koko will ever get to this point? Oh, it's so sad. It's very sad. Very, very sad.
Why is it sad?
Well, it's sad because you want things can be.
You have confidence in them. That's why it is sad. They are all the same people.
Well, you're right. I'm saying
they are the same 10 and 10 pence. They are the same 10 and 10.
He knew all of this about. He knew all of this about Obi. Now he talk about all this before. Now, but like I was saying, you could not say there's a grand plot to cage Obi because the thing is not to give Obi. Because somebody come into an means, he says, "When I zone this thing to the south," I say no. You know, go just come here. And I think there's another interview with somebody grants. The person was saying that no, when they all move to ADC, they tell them in zone they beg Atiku. Atiku say, how now just come? Where me? I mean, inside my house, that will take form ADC, the coalition. I just come saying I won't collect that from my hand. I was like, oh wow. The guy said something. I want to believe the guy was saying the truth with regard to that. You know, so my brother, it's
you stop lying.
Why are they all angry over this guy? If this guy is nobody, I mean, like somebody was saying, like this guy was saying, Okonkwo, if truly is a nobody, why are all of you just going on different media stations and just castigating this guy and just heal of it?
For you to know that they are all the same, election is coming next year. None of them has given you their manifesto that if you vote for me, this is what I will do. For example, I will control inflation. How will you control inflation? What is the cost of the inflation? How long will it take before we see the effect? These are roadmap. If we want to control roads nationwide, if that is your program, you go and sell it to the people. If you vote for me, Benin Asabado will be dual carriageway. You map out the strategies. Where will the money come from? How long will it take? What kind of road do you want to construct? How many bridges? Where will you get the engineers? These are things these guys are unable to do. They come and tell us grammar whenever election is coming. And after election, it's business as usual. So I think I was saying some time ago, the only politician in Nigeria that has lived up to the expectation of the people is that man they call Chief Obafemi Awolowo.
Yeah, the late sage. Yeah.
Because when it comes to education, he had 4 programs: education, free health, integrated rural development, full and gainful employment. Of these 4, he told people categorically that education is my prime target. Education is of priority All the others, I will not neglect them, but I will concentrate more on education. And if you look at it, the education program was an unqualified success.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
super successful. So people did not even care about the other three programs. And as for the education, for you to know how successful it was, the pencils we used in school, the erasers, the sharpeners, the rulers, the textbooks and everything, they were quantified. They gave us the cost. That the erasers they will use in all the schools in the Federation, this is the cost. The rulers they will use, this is the cost. They break down everything. That was the work of Ebenezer Babatope. He was in charge of publicity and what's it called, research and publicity. When he finished the work, they sold it to the people, and those who bought it, they bought it in the Western region.
When people talk about my manifesto and my...
Mr. James, let me play. You are looking for manifesto. Let me give you one. I've got one here.
I have done it somewhere. I don't need to go and start putting glossy papers.
Where's your manifesto? Where is it? Is there a document? Is there you've done it somewhere? Is that okay? You've done it in Anambra State.
Simple. You know, we like glossy papers. We like these things. It's a simple thing. The country have few issues. You're not going to go. It's not rocket science. We have problem with the education. Your human capital is too low. We are 152 over 158 in human development index. So you have a problem with the education. You're going to fix it.
How would you fix it?
Yeah?
How are you going to fix it?
Of course. Go to Anambra State. That's the typical example. Where we took education from 26 number.
Oh, Mr. James, that's your manifesto.
No. This one is fooling people. You understand me? Pause him first. This one is fooling people for this simple reason. It's fooling people because he said he did XYZ in education in Anambra State. When he left, why were they unable to continue from where he stopped? What he did was not sustainable. Unlike Awolowo's education programs, the schools, the secondary schools and primary schools Awolowo built, they are now the leading high schools. Sorry. They are among the leading high schools in Edo and Delta states today. The same thing in Lagos State, the school Jakonde built. You get the point? He should tell us what he did that is sustainable in Anambra State.
Yeah. It's so I would say for me, the way even saying the whole thing it sounds like somebody that doesn't even know what he's doing. Because comparing Anambra is not the whole of that country. Anambra is just a small space there. So when you say you want to compare Anambra, I mean it's very sounding to me to do like the same like the rest of them. It's not sounding to me like I see even know what he's trying to do. And I know like some of this, like I say, all this APC them, when they could talk say, this the way he handled matters in Anambra, where basically even allowed just the same template way Tinubu they use for Lagos, and they use over there too. So like everything they under the states, not under the local governments and everything, they don't allow them to function. It's the same thing. That's the same thing. I'm saying with what this guy's doing. So you want to replicate the same thing where I know this APC people because they say this guy never even conducted any one single local government election. That's what they will say. You know. So it's for me it's just something I just believe that I think it's himself too is just like them. It's the same thing like them. It's just something like that. So
these guys they have no plan for anybody.
I don't think they know what they are doing. They don't know what they are doing.
He ruled in Anambra State. Today, is there water, what we call 24-hour water supply? What is the condition of the hospitals in Anambra State? What is the condition of the roads? Electricity. You get the point? Justice system. There's nothing to, just like any other state.
Yeah.
How many industries is it set up in Anambra State?
Wow. Ingota say bring Sab Miller Brewers. input money inside the banks there. He left about $100 and something million.
He put money in a bank where he is also, I think, is he shareholder? I don't know. He's a shareholder in that bank where the money was being. So if they share the profit of the bank, part of it go to him as a shareholder.
Yeah,
you get me. I hope you get me.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. Yeah, for me, it's just. I think it's up to people to decide for themselves. But my point is just that these are all just the same people.
The whole of them, they are all birds of a feather. The whole of them. People should not.
For the fact that the other day too, I was hearing what do they call him? Bolaji Abdullahi, when he was being interviewed, he said something like, if you ask him, he don't know anything when they write their ADC manifesto. Say he just come there, walk or collect tickets. Say no, even know anything about it. I was like, really? So I was like, it's just this effort to just to assassinate the guy character, you know. It's just bewildering. So yeah, it's
we
okay.
got new
like,
person.
you just need to sit down.
We have new somebody. We have new among us. Ejiro. Ejiro.
Okay, let us praise him.
Greetings, brothers. How are you?
Yeah, we are praising you.
Nice to be back here again. I think that's Rational Mind. I'm hearing his voice. Is it?
No, not me or my brother. I mean, I throw salute.
Happy New Year. Happy everything.
My brother, another year with that, so 2026 is almost gone. Almost half of it already now.
Exactly. Yeah. It's been an interesting one. So far, so good. Like I keep saying, you know, I've said this time and time again. Whenever I say it anywhere, they'll say, you are calling for war, you are doing this, you are doing that, you know. I said this, no one can fix Nigeria. No one. Tinubu cannot, Obi cannot, Tiku cannot. And the answer is simple. I can give you the answer in less than a minute. Why? Because Nigeria is not real. You cannot fix something that is not real. That's the truth. What they are doing, everyone is just dancing around circles. We're just going in circles, like a washing machine. You know, Nigeria is a federation, but it's not a true one. That's where the problem is. It's not a true federation. It's ought to be federation, but it's not a true one. Federal Republic of Nigeria, just as the name implies. You know, so until we come back to the round table and stop this big deceit that is before us, we're just deceiving ourselves. The North is deceiving the East is deceiving the West is deceiving the North, just like that in circles again.
Oh, it's off. Anyway, it's PDP, people deceiving people. Mr. Obi.
Yes, I'm here.
Yeah. The guy was talking about people deceiving people, PDP.
Communicating, it's like my mic went off.
Yes.
The earlier we realize our mistake, the better for us, you know. If you ask me as a person, for Nigeria to get a reset, let's go back to the round table and go a regional way, because this federation is not working. Let's go back to that former regional we were doing before. Let's go try that one again. Because the whole place is messed up. Excuse me, messed up at the moment. Bandits everywhere. No place is safe anymore. Even the seat of power is being threatened at the moment as we talk. So let every region secure their territory first. You know, share the region into bloody four places. You know, the North have their own region, the East have their own, the West, the Niger Delta have their own. Tear it like that. Let's start from there first. Then tear that constitution down again first. So that we can have that region setting first. Then we'll take it from there. Even the so-called, what's it called, the Senate, they are talking about, they keep talking about it though. I don't know if they are even serious. The state police or whatever they've been talking, they've been clamoring for. If you still ask me, I doubt if it's going to work. They can try it if they want, but I still doubt.
Network is bad. Okay, come out. Hello, yeah. Mr. James.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, it's bad.
You know, anyway, I saw submit. Maybe the network is not wanting me to talk. You know. Yeah, I saw submit. Let me listen to you guys.
Yeah,
Nigeria is beyond redemption.
rational mind. Rational mind. Anybody hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I said Nigeria is beyond redemption. There's nothing to redeem. So the issue of finding solution to the problem of Nigeria is just exercise of futility.
Exactly.
The country is gone. So
it's like this setting has a problem. I don't know. Can you guys hear me though?
Yeah, we can hear you.
All right, okay.
Nobody can fix the country. The damage is just too severe that.
And nobody will portray me as a man that is unstable as water.
Senate reverses standing orders.
Sorry. Come, who are the real obedient now? Some people they sack obedient, and Peter Obi.
Day, and thanks for attending this press conference that is designed to change the influence of the business of politics and democracy in Nigeria ahead of the 2027 general elections. Today, we stand before the world in Abuja, the capital city of our great nation, Nigeria, to make a historic declaration on the future of democratic participation, youth inclusion, leadership renewal, and national transformation. This press conference is conveyed on the theme, the New Obedient Movement Worldwide Agenda. Ladies and gentlemen, history must always be told with honesty.
What's going on?
With this new obedient movement they're talking about, look, assuming if Peter Obi should drop dead today, what happens to the movement?
Eziro, you are a member of obedient movement.
From the beginning, was
I don't know, my. There is.
Someone is muting me. I've been at the thing in mute. I said I used to be a member, but I ceased to be one for now. Because the so-called obedient is no longer obedient.
To create
You know, they are just doing things.
United platform that will produce here in Abuja and across the country. From that to institutionalize democratic participation, the Nigerian Youth Democratic. And in the spirit of political collaborations aligned with the National Rescue Movement, but later pulled out for an agreement with the management party and also participated actively in the electioneering process under the administration of former President Muhammadu Buhari of not too young to run bill into law. At that time, the movement adopted Mr. Peter Obi as his preferred presidential candidate for the 2023 presidential, and in recognition of his candidacy, the identity evolved into popular campaign expression as the obedience. However, after the 2023 elections, we believed the original vision and founding ideas of this movement were no longer adequately represented by those who assumed control of its structure. Today, we have come to inform the world that the original founders and custodians of this true obedient movement worldwide have resolved to claim the movement and return it to the people. This movement belongs to the people. It belongs to the streets. It belongs to the youth. It belongs to the workers. It belongs to every Nigerian who believes that this country must move forward. Accordingly, we hereby announce the formal disbandment of the previous leadership structure associated with the movement as it existed after the 2023 general elections. Effective immediately, the movement is entertaining a new era of rebranding, restructuring, reconciliation, and renewed vision ahead of the 2027 general elections. From this day forward, the world should take note that the new obedient movement worldwide agenda has begun. I am honored to announce that I, Dr. Barry Avotu Johnson I, will serve as the international coordinator with full responsibility for the coordination and strategic leadership of the movement. I am also pleased to announce that Malam Nasir Baba, who is a little ill, will be serving as the secretary of the movement from Nasarawa State. Other departmental heads, state coordinators, regional executives, global representatives shall be announced in due course as consultations continue. But here with me, I think the coordinator representing the North Central of Mr. Mika, and we also have the coordinator representing Northwest here, and we have Kogi State Women leader here, and we have the person in charge of the nationwide, Mr. Ejiro, is here. And also, you can see this woman here. She's in charge of everything that deals with the secretariat. Every activity, when it comes to online, comes to press conference and everything, she will be in charge. And we call on all members across the 774 local government areas in Nigeria, the 36 states and the FCT, and Nigerians in diaspora to remain calm, focused, and united. To our over 100 million supporters and members across Nigeria and beyond, this is your movement. Now is the time to stand up for the future of Nigeria. Now is the time to defend democracy. Now is the time to insist on leadership. Nigeria must work. Nigeria must. We also call on the federal government under the authority of President Ahmed Bola Tinubu to assure that all Nigerians are given a fair democratic space ahead of the 2027 general elections. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu must give all political parties and persons the opportunity to perform.
I don't understand what is going on. This one obedient. Obedient obedient registered. What is going
How can you understand when you are sitting? You want to understand how you are sitting. You cannot understand what you are sitting while you are sitting. They are all grammarians, don't mind them.
Now, like 3 club day now. Some go meet Goodluck Jonathan this morning that he should contest. Why some day with Obi, then this one now. So who are the obedient?
If not that the military has been bastardized, I would have recommended that they should take over the government. But that is not possible. It will not lead us anywhere.
They are too rich. They are
out of the equation completely. So the politicians are all clowns, the whole of them. You know, election is coming. We are not talking of manifestos. What you have, what will you do for the people? How will you do it? Where will the money come from? What are the benefits? You know, you are not preaching, convincing people. You are quarreling among yourselves. At the end of the day, you come and meet me, an electorate, to vote for you. After quarreling among yourselves, the time you will spend in educating me, convincing me to give you my vote, you did not do it. Rather, you are busy quarreling among yourselves because you are eager to.
They will mobilize people.
Yeah, well, that's the
They will share money. They will share money, and they are never, Mr. James. They never even see house. Once they are looking for party to to run on first. When they find party, before they will now think of a manifesto, if there's anyone at all. They want Bola Tinubu to continue. I think that's the game plan.
It's a pity, you know, the Benin, they have a proverb. I cannot translate it, I'm sorry, to English. So,
where's Niger man? Niger man is the Benin man here.
As their civic responsibility and civic duties and civic rights to contest, like him also is
in glasses, a big
we will not accept any disenfranchisement of any individual or political party arranged by the Ahmed Bola Tinubu administration. We also call on the federal government of Nigeria to provide space for everybody participating in this 2027 electioneering process. We respectfully urge the authorities to review all cases involving persons detained in connection with the NSAS protest, the End Bad Governance protest, protesters arrested and declared wanted by the police force, and to strengthen confidence in democratic freedom and civic rights in Nigeria. We also use this opportunity to call on
the fool is making the call now to release people in detention since, but in fact, before Bola Tinubu. If they have struggled for all these things and they got it, that is to their credit. The people themselves, they go and campaign for you in your absence, that people should vote for you. You didn't do anything. The election is coming. It's now you know that people are in detention. You want their votes. These guys are not serious, man.
The government will release those boys and people will vote for the government. I will leave it to the 9 minutes before election. They will release them to them. That's their own electoral victory.
To please provide us the privilege to have one of us, Mr. Lucky Ehis, who was
all these ones are looking for
one
campaign
time
money.
wanted by the Nigerian government for don't understand.
They're looking for campaign money.
He's at large now. We don't even know where the country he is, but we are asking Ahmed Bola Tinubu to please temper this with mercy. We just imagine that guy is still around by now. It means that we could have done a lot of protests to ask
Bola
the government
Tinubu will call
to
him
sit back,
later
relax,
on and
do
say,
justice
okay, take this one, go and mobilize the
to
youth.
the democracy of Nigeria. We equally call on all opposition leaders across Nigeria, ADC, the NDC, the DDC, the EFDC, the all Cs, that it's time for them to understand that national progress requires unity and purpose. No single individual should define the destiny of Nigeria. The future of our democracy must be built on institutions, ideas, leadership, competence, and collective will of the people. Let it be clearly stated that the new obedient movement worldwide is not built around any person in particular.
Allow you, they go fight you.
It is a people-driven democratic force
big boys go fight
committed to
you.
good governance, rule of law, economic transformation, youth empowerment, and democratic accountability. We clearly that the movement has not yet adopted any presidential candidate for the 2027 general elections. Our presidential position will be announced at the appropriate time in accordance with the provision of the Electoral Act and the official election timetable already released by INEC, meaning that the obedient movement has not given endorsement to any Nigerian for now until parties
All these
present
people,
their candidate and
they
will
like
explore
wahala
that
too
and
much.
decide on what
They like
presidential
trouble.
candidate, what party, what candidate
Obedient
will be
they go
supported
rush you
for
for
the
Benin.
battle against Ahmed Bola Tinubu in 2027. Furthermore, we are pleased to announce that the movement will soon convey a national convention in Abuja. At this convention, representatives from all polling units, wards, local government areas, states, regional structures, national leadership, international chapters shall come together to chart a new course for national healing, reconciliation, and democratic renewal. The date of the convention shall be announced in due course. Ladies and gentlemen of the press, at this point, we must address critical issues concerning
New
the
Nigeria
integrity,
is possible.
and future direction of the obedient movement nationwide. Following
On serious element.
consultations with the founding
Only
members,
every 4
coordinators
years now,
across
but they come
Nigeria
they
and the
make speech.
diaspora, and key stakeholders of this movement, we have reached a decisive resolution in the interest of justice, order, and organizational discipline. This is a breaking development. Effective immediately, the obedient movement worldwide under its new structured leadership hereby announced the dissolution of all previously constituted leadership structures that emerged outside the authority of the founding framework of this movement. Furthermore, in line with our commitment to accountability, transparency, and operational and organizational integrity, we hereby declare that all individuals who assume leadership positions or acted on behalf of the movement without the consent of its original founders are no more
They talk as
recognized
if
in
somebody
any
that is
capacity.
fighting.
In this regard, the movement formally withdraws recognition and membership status from the following individuals. One, meaning that they are all expelled and remain expelled from the movement as leaders and members respectively. And number one on the list is the former Labour Party presidential candidate, Mr. Peter Obi, and Alhaji Yunusa Tanko,
They
who
go
is
expect
holding sway
the
right now. And all persons appointed under the unauthorized leadership structure that emerged after the 2023 elections. This decision is final and takes effect immediately. Let it be clearly stated that the Obedient Movement Worldwide is not a platform for personal political advancement, nor it is an instrument to be controlled by any individual or group for private gains. It is a people-driven democratic movement built on sacrifice of Nigerians, trust, and collective vision. We therefore call on all members, supporters, institutions, security agencies, most especially the police and the DSS, and the international community to take note of this development and respect the authority of the newly structured leadership of this movement. Any further use of the name, identity, or structure of the Obedient Movement worldwide without authorization from this leadership will be considered a misrepresentation of the movement. The movement has been reclaimed by the Nigerian people. The structure has been reset. The future has begun. Ladies and gentlemen, this is not merely a press conference. It is a call to national rebirth. It is a call to rebuild trust in leadership. This is a call to restore hope. The new Obedient Movement worldwide agenda is a movement for the people, by the people, and for the future of Nigeria. The time has come. Nigeria must rise. Africa must rise. Democracy must win. Thank you. And give us speech.
I don't spell Obi and Unisa
worldwide and bless. Had a little opportunity to show you our slogan remains in Nigeria.
Yes, it's getting it's inching towards bedtime here. The nonsense is too much.
Yes, I have to. All right, thank you very much. I have to shut down too.
Thank you for thanking me.
We'll see you again tomorrow.
It's funny, they call it Obedient Movement, spell Obi. So what
They don't get small change. Somebody don't.
Yeah, somebody has given them some little money.
Yeah.
Well, are you sure that one will not be obedient? Because the thing for the back says the new Nigeria is possible.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, they are claiming to be the obedient worldwide, the real obedient. These people. So they have come out to claim. Yes, they are claiming to be the obedient.
Really?
They have. Yes, they are claiming their platform back. They are expelling Obi and Unisa Tanko.
What did they expect? I wasn't there. I was busy doing some other thing here. Bring me up.
Obi, they expel. I say they expel Obi and Unisa Tanko.
Let them go to court. They should go to court.
Oh my goodness. What did they say?
Why?
They say they expel them.
They don't give any reason. They don't give any reason. They say they are claiming their platform back. Why at the same time some group of young people to go meet Goodluck to contest for 2027. So the youth now they don't split. The youth don't split. Obi some day with Obi, some day with these people. This is what they claim some now. And one way they with Goodluck, they claim Goodluck. So
Don't be surprised. Don't be surprised that APC is using this man.
Yeah, somebody, yeah, for sure. Somebody give him money. Either APC or Atiku wing.
Now we'll get the name. Now we'll get the brand name. We'll get the name.
No, they say the party, the platform for anybody to advance anybody political career.
Well, the name obedient. Now will be the best. Just like we say, you won't expect Kwakwa so for Kwakwasia. Who be the Kwakwasia? Who will be Kwakwasia? Who will be Kwakwasia? So that's what I'm trying to say. Some of these are just a bunch of clowns. Just a bunch of clowns. Like you say, maybe Tinubu don't roger them.
Yeah, it's just to distract to beat them. They know they focus. They will not be focused. Just to argue up and down. That's what they'll be doing.
In midst of all this confusion where APC and maybe Atiku they propagate here and there. Now who go focus on what is more important when they just distract with all the court cases and all this crap and they just do up and down. Who go focus?
How's their plan? By the time the guy get time to plan, it's over. The game is almost over.
I think for the past few days now, I think the guy must have been on a closed door because in fact there's another news which talks say Kwakwaso won't run. You know, on deputize.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, for me, I don't actually believe Kwankwaso will run on that Obi. I don't believe that. No, what do they talk about? But because these people, I say I don't believe Kwankwaso will take the vice president seat.
Okay.
I think he will. I think he will leave. I think he will leave to APC. That's my prediction.
But the funny thing is that that
happens. They say this thing that plot somewhere.
The president or be the president or whatever, the votes will not count. This is as clear as crystal. They're just wasting time.
Somebody we don't want to Andrew Liverpool. You know, you don't forget.
They don't come down together on that one umbrella. So they will just distract them, just drag them up and down. And
that's just the only thing. But I know say Tinubu no go fit win. You do free and fair. You know if you win, you know go win free and fair election. So you know go allow and make it ever happen. That's just the only thing. The only thing we do. Because election, Tinubu go lose big time. He will lose big time. You don't see that poll where they say they do for North. They said Tinubu come this time. You don't see
all those their polls. I see before I come online.
It's just a funny.
They go just keep a bit busy unnecessarily. And they are planning with that.
In the concoct, in the plotting, grand plots.
Yeah, and now my issue with them that they should just stay focused. They should allow be making the abuse down, make them they focus.
The
obedience.
If you look at it, I don't think this is going to stand. Or if you say all this thing where they happen, because some people don't say this thing where they happen, where they say they happen for ADCs, what do they call them? Now Atiku plan. So how can they not know that this kind of things will happen? So now Atiku plan to cage Obi, because if they use all these court cases, that minute they'll be forced to want to go for consensus, and Obi no get anything other plan. I mean, they're not going to get another, but they're going to wait for him to move to another party because the time for them to submit all theirs, we don't do very close, so we'll be forced to remain in ADC, and then maybe not even give the VC plot, the VC slots. I think he was taken like that. I think we just bring on some of the obedient. We go carry come ADCs. That was a grand plot. But they say somebody don't hint them. Say, listen, this is what these people are scheming. You better run. If not, they will just cage you down. I think don't come see the whole handwriting on the wall. The guy just take off. That was what I heard, and it's looking like it because how can you people who are so experienced in politics now allow yourself to be caged by Bala Mohammed? What do you call it? But not Bala Mohammed. This Bala.
I said it.
How can you allow that crap to happen? I mean, why don't you people see it coming? And then they
were playing on Tinubu. They said Tinubu and APC.
Well, I don't put that past them too. I put that past them too because like what's his name? This guy, Abijide, that guy, Leke Abijide, the guy waiting for ADC. Went on the effect now to APC now, so that one too. They use Bala Mohammed to do all this case. But I think say get future too. He used to say even they sit down, they you fight that case, ain't go lose. He said no go fit get a ticket on time. You just say, well, I just come out them you screw them out themselves. So I just think the whole thing just looks somehow because how can article to say no say Bala Mohammed but Bala Gombe, you go fit do that kind of thing, carry them go court and they can't do smell on this case. Like no, we don't call the guy, sit and down. Even Kokwanso called the Bala himself, say me come see him. The guy no go see him. To tell you say there's something. Because some people, I mean, so according to what I heard, they said Kokwanso knows no people who know the guy. So they don't come and me no worry saying they go follow the guy, talk, go drop the case. The guy no show up. So we know when
other people don't reach out first.
No, I think everybody on APC, and then they there just to cage this guy down, you know. I mean, it's a good thing. See how long just vibrate everywhere. Just shut up and down. They vibrate. If this guy
the article don't travel now. I think he has gone to he has left for Saudi Arabia today.
Did you see their meeting that they had? They had their meeting. David back all of them. The room when they see the sad room where all of them sit down put. It just looked like
if they split, it's a big loss for them now. In the whole momentum will just follow.
It is a big loss, but the thing is that when people scheme like this, with this scheme, you know, one even yes, this guy talk anymore again. When they call out this guy from River State, Amechi. Yes, they talk anything again. Father, even yes, Amechi won't go NDC. That's what I heard.
Amechi won't go. Nah, Amechi go deputize Atiku now. That's the plan all along.
But you say he won't say what I'm hearing from the grapevine is that ADC could collapse. He will collapse.
Yeah, wherever party they will move to.
Because Atiku don't read the whole game. Because number one, Atiku no get pathway to win. Because the only pathway you can win at that thing, those governors. How many governors remain for? I ain't no get any governors. Number one, he no get governors. What if you can get that 6 or something million vote that time was because of those PDP governors that were there, and maybe only two rig way in rig two. But this guy will not get anybody, will not get any structure. He got 6 point something million. How many Tinubu use person? You know, saying that was saying a falsified figure.
The 6 point something million was allocated votes. They allocated the votes to him. The election was not free and fair.
So, was not fair and fair, but are you saying he got less than that? Is that what you're saying?
No, maybe he got 20 million. If you ask me how much did this score, I will tell you quite frankly, I don't know because the election was not free and fair.
It's not free and fair, of course. So, yeah.
Yeah, maybe he got 20 million, 15 million, 12, I don't know how much. So we should not just be too confident to say that he gathered 6 million votes. It was allocated 6 million votes.
Okay. But for me, I just believe say they probably get more than that, but at least let's assume that's what he got.
But maybe he got less than that. Nobody knows.
Well, I
just the way they calculated it, so to make it look reasonable.
The one on the IREF shows that he got 6 million. That is the one on IREF where we say IREF capture. So how about the one we say they no capture? The one we say they don't get all the people. They say
these things are manipulated. They just arrange these things from home. And they come
the one on IREF, I doubt that one that manipulated because if it's manipulated,
they can manipulate it for him to even get 10 million. They just decided that if we give him 6 million, he won Lagos, he won Abuja, but they will be
I believe he won those states. Let me say they allocate them. I don't believe that they
are all the same. We should think of better things, my friend. They are all less of a thing.
Well. So my point is just that well, we'll see. Because I think Obi himself, I think he needs to sit up if he really wants to, because he's always no get manifesto. All those things when they talk, this could be your manifesto too. Just put them into writing that this is my manifesto. Yeah, education, number one. And maybe they stop to talk about this Anambra when they talk every time. Because, these APC people, they know how to use that one against them. Just show, say, yes, you've been a good governor. You are empathetic. You didn't steal money. You didn't continue getting allocation from your state as an ex-governor. They allocate land for you. You don't get the land. You are a servant leader. That's just what you are. That's how he should sell himself. He's a servant leader. And put all these things to writing, like put that inside book, create a manifesto with that. Other one where the dog say, hey, you don't have to. What did they do? Even with their manifesto, of course, we know that they made them for at least the different. Most is what they talk. That from production to whatever in Scotland, put her into writing, from something to production, and then put and say education, put this. So just put all those things together, bind them together. No wonder where Bola Jal was saying that this guy doesn't even know. He say he doesn't even know the manifesto of the ADC. Just come there, won't collect tickets. Obi needs to sit down and get his crap together. I think himself is. No, I mean, it's not like them. I know it's not like them, but my point is just that he needs to show himself as really distinct himself from them. You know, I know he has done that more, but Nigerians, like people like Ovi, won't see manifesto. You know, they never see manifesto.
Me get party first and can't get running mate. Then we
It's
talk
only
of
like
manifesto.
See this guy, it's what they call him, this informer VP. We wrong with them. Why is it that everybody just attack the guy?
That's
Why? That's why I'm looking at. There's something these guys
I've said it from the beginning. Now BB the target 2027. Everybody will have to finish him.
Against this guy. Why the gang up?
Because it's a spoil market for them now. It's spoiling market for them.
I thank both of you very much. I'm signing out. Thank you so much indeed.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. James.
So question is, why the gang up?
It won't spoil their market for them. It won't spoil their markets, you know.
Saying won't bring a better Nigeria and be spoil market for them. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. That's what they see. It's too modest. If he enters rocks, they go too modest. So you know go the free and no go the.
You know what they call him? You know this guy, Dino Malai, a lot of them say, person will never run there. He say, you know one pay shishi.
So they don't do all those ones. No largesse, no egunje.
Exactly.
So you know.
That is where the corruption will come in. That's where the corruption.
Yeah.
You don't become like them too because they buy people. You know, but you don't do that. I think that's what he needs to sell to Nigerians. Nigerians, see, I don't want to spend you guys' money. I don't want to use my own money to buy people, and then when I get there, I want to steal from you people because I use my money, not to recuperate my money. Sell all these ideas to Nigerians. You know, like I just went for you to know that I'm a good manager of money. I know spend more into election than like other people they spend. I use more to make money. So you people should get me there and I'll manage your economy for you. I mean, if you use that one, sell himself because Tinubu, that way they spend all this money. The Tinubu, they build a road to nowhere, 16 trillion naira. That money where it say go, go be in pocket, they go back. How much when you spend, when you buy that office.
They will put like 10-25% aside for campaign. Exactly. They will put another 10-20% for in pocket.
Exactly. That's what I was saying. So these are the things that this guy can use to sell himself. I mean, I understand this. I understand his game. I understand Obi's game. He don't want to spend, but he wants the people to vote. You know, because if he spend, then means the people will spend for him or he will spend. You have to pay them back with Nigerian stealing, awarding contract, will not be contract, you know. So I think that's how Nigeria. I think he needs to get some good managers who go help and publicity managers and people who go help and run a campaign. So stand out. That's how I see it. Ovie, may I let you go? I need to jump on other stuff here. It's nice being here with you.
All right, thank you. I appreciate your time. All right. Those 3 eyes where they there, so I will leave you now. We'll come back tomorrow. We shall sort tomorrow. Ciao, ciao. We'll go. I don't know if what's her name? What's her name? This girl. Precious what? We or whatever they call her. We'll meet there.